Veterans, with the support of citizens like you, creates, manufactures, and distributes therapeutic art and crafts projects for our veterans and military, making things better together. Join us in supporting an isolated or sick veteran and help them through this desperate time. To learn more, visit healvets.org. This message is furnished by Help Heal Veterans, a not-for-profit organization that has been helping veterans for 50 years. healvets.org.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Zane on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. It's time to get your day started. Live from the Family Leisure Studios, here are Pete and Zane.
Dropped my glasses. And it caused me no end of problems.
Man, came out super awkward. Hey, that was my.
Well, I was all good. Everything was fine, and then I dropped my glasses, and I had to reach for them and get them, and then it was a whole thing. And
Yeah.
just
that was about the nerdiest possible show intro. Fully, I dropped my glasses.
Fiddlesticks. Why do I turn into Giannato whenever you do the? I don't understand this.
Y'all ain't far removed from each other.
in what sense?
Hey, shout out to my boy Giannato too, man. He won something. Some real.
If he's like me, shout out to me. And shout out to him for being like me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's really the big thing.
Yeah, he won something. He won.
Well, good for him.
Some real media journalistic writing, McWrightington.
Yeah, right on, man. Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
On that thing that we have no idea what that is, but congratulations.
Yeah, he won something.
Hey, man, he's good. He does a great job. Shout out.
Bro, I don't think I ever read anything Giannato wrote. I ain't never read nothing most people wrote. Be honest with you.
Why?
I told y'all I don't read nothing.
Well, that's not good. Why don't you read stuff?
I ain't read a book in who knows? I don't know. Middle school or something.
It's just, man. That's gonna be my goal is to get you to read. We're gonna get you to read a book. We're gonna get you back in the book game.
Like read to achieve.
I ain't got time.
That's right. It's read to achieve. Hey, sane. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you read 3 books, I'm gonna get you a pizza. Okay? You read 3 books this semester, I'm gonna get you a pizza. All right, that's the deal.
Hey, we'll see what's up.
Yeah. It won't even be a pizza. I'll get you. I get you like a super quality pizza.
Don't give
like
me a
Slim and Huskies.
I don't want no pizza. Give me a 20 piece of wings or something.
Okay, all right, that's fine. We'll do the wing to achieve program.
Wing and a prayer.
Wing and a prayer. All right, so we're gonna do that because I want to get you back into the book game and at least the article game. Come on, man.
Hey,
people out here
pray
with
for
these articles.
I read articles every now and again.
You know, articles are important. That's where information is, man.
Yeah, I read articles. Yeah, that's about all I read.
I'm out of the article
game.
All
the time. I'm sorry. I read articles all the time, but I ain't sitting down reading no book. My brain won't stay still long enough to do this.
That's what I'm saying. We're going to work on that. We're going to work on getting your brain to the point where you can do that.
Pray for me.
I always do. I pray for you anyway. Don't just let's not get that wrong. And Zach does too. I know Zach does.
What, read?
No, pray for Sane.
Oh yeah, I sent up a word on his behalf.
Appreciate you.
We got you. We're your prayer warriors over here.
Cause I've been listening to a lot of Tyler the Creator, right?
Yeah, so you getting in the weird stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
and I've been he'll say something wild and I'll take it, copy it, put it on Twitter, put it on Facebook. I had people, man, you okay? Like, you good, man? You going through something?
Yeah, that's about right.
Like, no, man.
That sounds about right. That sounds about like Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, just, you know.
He's just a weird dude,
found a new artist I like, bro. So, you know, just. Then I like kind of, you know, you listen to something for a while, and then certain thoughts, you get new thoughts in your mind. So you just kind of spit out new things. It's just like, that you're processing as you're listening to it.
Hey, you know that happens with books too.
Yeah, I know. So what's the point of reading a book? You just need the information from the book, right? It just seems like reading is the wildest way in the world to try to gather information in 2021.
Well, I mean, again, if you're looking at it strictly as an information gathering exercise, then I guess so. But that's not really what it is. It's more of it's like listening to music. It's like you're expanding your horizon. You're not listening to music to gather information. You're listening to music.
If I tried to read something 2 minutes in, my mind would be like, hey, go check out.
No, because you're giving yourself excuses.
Go look at the Suicide Squad review on YouTube.
No, if you read the right thing, it won't be like that. You got to find the right thing that hits you. Same thing with music. If you listen to bad music, your mind's going to be wandering around. Oh, what's this? You know, but if you listen to something that's great, you're just locked in. You're like, oh man, let me think about this for a little. Let me listen to this lyric. Same thing with books. You find the right book, find something that interests you. Boom, you're ready to roll. That's what happens. I'm not the world's biggest reader of books, but I'll read a few. And when I get one that's good, I got me one of those. Got me one of them Kindles, Kindle Paperwhite. You
Kindle
can take
Gill.
Not a Kindle Gill, not a little Paperwhite. It's nice because you don't have to, because you can read it in the sun, and it's not like all, you know, like when you try to read your phone in the sun, it's just, you get glare. No. This thing has no glare, and the battery lasts forever. Battery literally lasts for 3 weeks, on one charge. It's crazy. And so I just read, I'll sit wherever, just read, man. I get locked in. It's great. I haven't sat down and read in a while. I've read 3 or 4 books in the last week or two. Good stuff. I like it.
Tell me about it.
Come on, get in there. Read to achieve, baby. Let's get it. Different stuff, some fiction, some nonfiction. Let's get it. Anyway, this is going to be our new Sports 56 Mornings reading club that we're going to start here for our junior morningsers and our regular morningsers. If you want to talk about some stuff that you've read, whether it be a magazine article, whether it be a book, or whether it be a medical study about COVID, whatever it may be, whatever you're reading, whatever's getting you, hey, go ahead and send that in at 360-8255 on the AutoZone text line, which is now the AutoZone reading hotline right here. And tell us what you're reading. Tell us what's on your mind. And, of course, we'll have to find a way to reward you guys for being part of the club, including you, Anthony Sane. I hadn't forgotten about you.
Back in the pizza party days, I actually did read those books for the most part, but I was skimming.
Listen, man, Anthony Sane, for everybody to know, Anthony Sane is hyper intelligent. He just doesn't. He's also hyper active, so he doesn't want to settle down. You could you'd have all kinds of interesting stuff if you just sat down. You're able to just sit down with the book a little bit, you know. You'd have all kinds of stuff going on. I can't imagine what your thoughts would be.
One of my teachers in high school, I can't remember what grade it was, probably 11th or something. She told me to stay out the class. Because I was just a clown. The stuff I do on the radio, I would do this in school all day long. Just a clown, bro. I was really upset I didn't win class clowns. Anyway, shout out to my boy Trevino Rooks, who won it, a friend of mine. So I think he got a new car or something yesterday, too. I saw it on Facebook. Anyway, so what I was saying? See, this is why I can't read, bro. I can't keep, my attention span is gone. So, what was I saying?
Got to get you on some meds, man.
So teacher tells me to stay out of class, right? And she's like, boo-hoo crying, Anthony, you're too smart to, show the effort that you show. Because I had just taken the ACT, and I would keep, a C, B- average in our class, just coasting, just doing whatever. Yeah. Literally not reading any of the assignments we had to read, just paying attention to when they review the book in class, making educated guesses on tests. And I was like, all right. I was just breezing through high school. So they I had to take the ACT, and all my friends are stressing out. They're taking workshops and getting tutors and all this crap. I'm like, all right. You know what I mean? I'll be there. I got, how much is it? I got to pay for this crap? I was like, nah. So I show up on Saturday to take the ACT. You know, my girlfriend at the time, she's stressing. She's like, oh, I just got to get this score and this. And I got a 22 just off of showing up and taking the test. That's not a great score, but it was people who were really stressing who didn't even get that. People who were way smarter in class than me who couldn't get what I got. And I got a 22 just off of, common sense. So I thought. And my teacher, and my ACT scores were always super high. And my teacher pulled me to the side. She was crying like, Anthony, I see your ACT score. I see all your TCAP, all that stuff. She was like, she said, I've watched you slack for 4 years. I've watched you like finesse through high school for 4 years. When you're just as smart as everybody. You're just as smart as everybody in the top 10. I was like, hey, what can I say? Maybe I'll be a radio host one day. Maybe I should. I'm saving my mind to be a radio host.
That's right.
Then I got a best friend. Shout out to my partner, Jerry Wilson. He's one of my best friends in the world. But we knew each other in high school, but we weren't friends. And he said, bro, I've sat here. He said, I used to sit and watch you. He told me this as an adult. He said, I used to be in class trying hard, learning, and you be in class screwing around, interrupting me. He said, man, I couldn't stand you in high school because I was like, it's black kids in a school where it was probably 50, 60, 40 black or 55, 45 black or whatever. He was like, we're always competing to be at the top. He was like, I always competed to try to be the best, and knowing how hard it is to do that in the society we grew up in. He's like, and I see you just screwing around, like cracking jokes, doing whatever. He was like, he said one day you started listening. He's like, yeah, this dude's funny as hell though. Then he started thinking, man, I wish I had did high school. Not quite like you did, but closer to the deep end you were on than the deep end I was on. Because he was like, I just kind of missed a lot of stuff. Like, I walked around my nose in the air like everybody's an idiot but me, but I should have been more personable. You know what I mean? So
you should have.
Should have read some more books.
Yeah, should have been far more. I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah, that's where I am, man.
Personable and kind and all that stuff.
No, not me. He was saying that's what he should have.
I know. I'm just.
No, I was amongst the people.
No, he should have been.
No.
Yeah, you're a people person.
Not really.
See, look what happened, man.
That's another thing too, man. That I tell people. I tell girls I date, people that are my friends. I am a classic ambivert. Like, I am as much extroverted as I am introverted, and it drives me and it drives people around me crazy because they don't know how to deal with me. I don't know how to deal with myself. Ambiverts are weird, man. We're spur of the moment. We might say it like we might think of somebody like, hey, I like person X. I want to hang out with a person X like right now. And they can't really process it. They're like, dude, like why are you calling me day of? Like, let's go do something. Like, why are you playing this out Monday or over the weekend? But it's like we're just wired weird. Like, we don't really fool with a lot of people, but the people we do fool with, like, we want to see you like instantly. Welcome to ambivert life. Look it up. It's tough. Pray for me.
Man, I just think you just since we're into this whole thing, man, I just think you just need to, just talk to a counselor too, man. You'll get to the root of all.
Oh, you ain't lying, man.
And it'll knock you right. As somebody who's done it, I had a lot of stuff that I used to think. I'm just going to keep it as real as I can on this situation.
Let me keep something real too before you get into it. Like, you talked about counseling.
Okay.
Hold on, you talked about counseling, right? I told somebody that I really cared about. I was like, hey, stop dating. Just go get some counseling, man. Like, for real. Stop dating people.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. But I tell you, I'll say everyone else, I used to think I was very unique in regards to the way my personality was. Mm-hmm. But it turns out I'm not at all.
No.
It turns out that that's not the case at all. There's many people that are just like me. There's many people that everything that I've got is something that somebody else has got also. There's no you don't have to carry the burden of whatever it is that you're dealing with of, you say, oh, my brain does this, my brain. Your brain doesn't have to do that. It's like saying my leg is broken. It doesn't have to be broken. Like, you can do some stuff to try to fix it. Like, it's not inevitable that that's the way your brain works. So I would tell you that. Like, you say, my brain does this. Like, if you don't want it to do that, there are ways to help take that away. Now, if you want that, then that's a different discussion to be had. But if you don't want it, then there are definitely ways that you can work with that. And I say that to everybody. Like, it's not inevitable that you have super duper scattered brain. I have an incredibly scattered brain, but I'm on medication. I'm working on therapies to learn how to do stuff that just it helps. It's helped me to be less scattered. It's helped me to finish. I have an incredible bad habit of not finishing jobs. I'll start something and I'll just go and get distracted and forget the job I was doing and then leave it and. Like, oh man, I forgot to finish the dishes. I was doing the dishes and I went, like, somebody called me and I wandered away and then I forgot. Like, that stuff happens, but you can work on it. You can work on that stuff. So I'm just gonna tell you, don't think you're like married to your brain like that, because you're not.
Peter, I ain't gonna lie.
Fix that.
I actually caught half, like, a little bit of what you can't help it, man. Like some dude tweeted me something about Eve Pond.
What I just
I missed the whole
what
thing.
I just said.
I'll go back and listen.
What I just No, you don't need to go back and listen to it. I want you to be present with me here.
All right, come on. Start over. Come on, I'm listening. Locked in. Hold on, let me look at your face. Let me pull you up. Hold on. I need you in the studio, bro. This is hard for me.
No.
It's hard for me to process this.
You
All right,
can
come
do
on.
This. You can do this.
I'm looking you in the
can do
face. I'm actually looking me in the face. But go
I
ahead.
said you don't have to. You don't have to do this. You don't have to be distracted like that. There are ways to stop that. It doesn't. You say like it's inevitable. It's not inevitable. You can change that. You can change that about yourself.
All right.
I've changed that about myself.
Pray for
That's
me.
all I'm saying. So it's not about prayer. It's about doing stuff. Prayer alone ain't gonna get it done.
You ain't never lied.
So
I had,
you got
I had that conversation with somebody yesterday. They were talking about what does it mean to pray, to say that you trust God through COVID. I said it means that you're a fool.
Yeah.
And she said, well, that's not helping. Like, all right, we passed that point.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm just telling you. I get distracted myself. I understand what you're saying, but you can do. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. You can talk to people. You can get on some stuff. Get on some ADHD meds, some anti-anxiety meds. You're good to go. You'll be amazed what your brain can do. For real.
It take health insurance on.
Yeah.
Pray for me.
Or there's other ways to do it too.
I know people.
You know some people.
I know a couple nurse practitioners out here, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, give me some ADHD meds. That's crazy.
We'll get you taken care of. We'll
So
get
you
you taken care
prescribe
of.
me some ADHD meds? Yeah,
We'll
sure.
get you taken care of. We'll get you taken care of, man. All right. So anyway, we've hopefully we helped a lot of mental health this morning. Our man Scotty says that he's reading as well, and he says that Star Wars: Path of Destruction, the first book of the Darth Bane series, is a current read. The legend stuff from Star Wars is amazing. Thank you, Scotty, our first out here member of the Sports 56 Mornings, Junior Morningsers, and Adult Morningsers Book Club, brought to you by the Memphis Public Library. Read to Achieve. See? Doug Yancey just jumps in here. Says committed to read top 100 books of all time, according to the Guardian newspaper, London, the New York Times, Time Magazine, etc. All right, Doug Yancey, tell me how you're doing. Let's have you gotten any yet? Are you on first one? Are you on second one? Where are we on? Have you read any yet, or how far along are you on that list? I love it. I love those kinds of fun commitments to things. That helps keeps you on the path. See, saying that'd be a good thing to like when you're because you'll get like kind of scattered like I do. If you have like a list, like here's what I want to do, and you write it down, it keeps you locked in. Like you can, it's a lot further along. You can do that. So.
Yep. Where you getting this from? Twitter?
Yeah. Yeah. I am. As a matter of fact.
Oh.
I just thought I'd get mad there for no apparent reason.
Ain't no wrong with it.
Zach, how you doing today? What's the last book you read? Don't say the Bible. Don't say it. Don't say the Bible.
But no, any devotional.
Don't say the book of
companion.
Matthew, the book of Mark, the book of Luke, the book of John.
No
Don't
Bible
say any of that
companion,
stuff.
None of that stuff, man.
Nope. Revelation, any of that stuff.
What?
Don't say it.
That is the last book I read. It's probably some book in college that I kind of half
Probably some book in college that I kind of half read. That is not the way to get our junior mornings excited about reading.
I'm
Zach.
so like there's only two books that I've read from cover to cover since high school, and that's Invisible Man and
Okay.
The Women
Good.
of Brewster Street. Those are only
Okay.
two.
All right. Okay.
I've never seen
Did
the
you like
Invisible
'em?
Man movie that I didn't like either.
Yeah. It's a incredible.
That
it's
whole
incredible.
concept is just dope to me.
It's incredible. It's if you do it right, it's super powerful. And heck, if you do it wrong, it's still pretty powerful. So Zach, did you like it though? What about The Women of Brewster Street? Did you like it?
I liked it. It's it's kind of funny how how all of their stories are happening under one building at the same almost simultaneously. But you know, it was a cool story. It was different women with their different experiences all coming together under one building. So yeah, it was nice.
It's beautiful, man. I love that.
It was nice.
I love that, man. I love that. Let's keep it going. Let's get you another book here soon. Okay?
Ooh, it's gonna be a.
No, we got this.
Here's the thing. Like I've been wanting to get back into reading books, but I can't sit down long enough to read a book.
Thank you, Zach.
What are you talking
I got
about?
time for
I can't sit down long enough to read a book. Like I can sit down on my phone and like read like 5 different articles on different things, but I cannot sit down and like read a chapter book like I used to.
Why?
I want to get back into it, but I can't get.
Can't,
into
man. Ain't got time for it.
And I don't have ADHD, so it's like I just can't get
You
into
might.
it.
Apparently, you might. Apparently, you might, based on that description.
Gotta get to the money, man. I can't be.
Everybody always says, man. Everybody always says that thing like, I can't read. I've heard that. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do that. Man, you can do that. It's an excuse. I can't sit there. I can't. Why? Why can't you?
Who's got time?
I
for
don't
that?
know.
Who's got time for that, man? Come on. You got time for anything if you want to do it.
It's facts.
Well, I mean, almost anything. I'll put it that way. Doug says he's at 72 of the top 100. There we go. Oh, and Doug says audiobooks help. I'll allow it. I'll allow audiobooks. I'll allow it. I've read a few
Just text or tweet you.
audiobooks. He's tweeting me.
These folks just don't even want to talk to my dumb ass. Like I'm not even just going to entertain things.
Well, I was the one who was talking about it. I said I'm the one who talked about it. So maybe you just said, look, I'm going to send you a message. Great. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I was mentioning reading books. I've always been against reading like 3 different books.
You've always
over
been
the
against
summer.
reading? What?
No, I said reading 3 different books over the summer.
Zach said I've always been against reading. Just in general.
Because in high school they'll make you read certain books over the summer, and then like the first week you come back, we got to talk about it. It was like, no, it's like.
Why is that? Why is that a problem?
Because it always a problem. Because I like
a problem?
Because
You don't want to read?
No, because I like to enjoy my summers, and so like reading was not always like an enjoyment for me. Like I'll read, I understand,
listen.
but it never was like, oh man, like I'm going to really
No one
enjoy
is
reading
thirsty
this book.
as a kid to read the summer reading. No one's like, oh man, I'm hot and heavy for this. Charles Dickens' Great Expectations. I'm not. No one's getting all jacked up to read that. But it's
Some
good
do.
and whatever. I don't buy it. I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all.
Some
No,
do.
I've never. No one I knew was excited at all about the summer reading. Some were more. Some were more like resigned to it than others. Some were like, that's fine. I guess I'll do it. But like, no one was like excited about it. But
No.
this is what you do. But I'm not there. This may blow your mind, Zach. But there's a world of books out there besides the classics that are actually entertaining and interesting and pertain to topics that you might enjoy. Nowadays, many of them. That's thousands of them. Go to the library. I would encourage everybody. Man, I love this. This is one of my favorite segments. This is book
talk.
The book talk. Go. Have you been to the library lately?
I haven't recently.
Saying you've been to the library?
Man, for what?
Is this what I'm saying, man? You know the library's got audiobooks, DVDs.
I ain't just told him I ain't read a book since middle school. This man gonna ask me.
They got
have I been to the
audiobooks,
library?
DVD. They got DVDs. They got all kinds of stuff. They got videos.
What am I gonna do with a DVD, man?
I don't know.
Stick it in my PlayStation 2?
Right?
Yes. Stick in your PlayStation 4. What
I
you
got
got now?
time for none of that. I got PS4.
You don't have time for anything. I don't want everybody got time for anything. This man's on Twitter all day and has no time for anything.
Man, don't judge me.
I'm judging you now. I'm judging you harshly. I'm up here on this iron. I'm up here on this ivory tower. I'm judging you.
Yeah, it's ivory, all right.
That's right. Anyway, go to the library. Get your library cards free, and they got a bajillion things. And you can get the app on your device and just borrow ebooks and read them there, so you don't have to go to the library once you get that. It's great. We borrow ebooks all the time. It's fantastic.
I don't even know how libraries are open.
Why would they be? They're awesome.
Well, you got a whole internet. What am I sitting up in the library for? I'm about
First of all,
gathering information,
it's
bro.
really-
I'm not just going to go to no brick
That's
and
the
mortar
place
building.
to gather information. That's the
Bro, I'm
place to
not going
gather
to no brick and
information.
mortar building looking for. I can just see what's. You got Tom Thumb versus bro. I don't give a crap about that. For what? How a library is open, bro? For real. You know what? Only thing. Last time I went to the library, it was something going on with my internet. I had to go do something, like print out some form, I don't know, something I had to go do. I had to go print something. I don't know. You know what I see in libraries all the time?
What's that?
Weird kids whose parents don't want them going home by themselves, homeless people, and folks who are looking for a job.
Man, this is disparaging libraries in a way I don't want to hear about. Go to the library. Libraries are great.
I see weird teenagers whose parents won't let them stay at home by themselves. That's what I see in the library.
Yeah. They see weird guys trying to print stuff out.
Exactly.
That's what,
Dudes like me.
that's what they see. Everybody sees what
Weird
they want to
dudes.
see. They see some weird guy trying to print something out and judging everybody, walking around with a sour look on his face. He's like, I
Like,
can't
get me
believe
out
all these
this
people
crap.
judging it. It's ridiculous.
I went to the
It's
library
great.
and didn't even know what to do. Like, what did I do with here?
Go to the library, read a book. I don't know what to tell you.
Strange. Why would I do that? I can do all that in my house.
You can't.
All right.
You can't do it like that, like they do it there. Come on, man. They
Hey.
got incredible books that are available for you.
Call
And
me
you don't
if you
even
get
have to pay
lost,
for them. You don't even have to pay for them. That's the best part. It's free.
That's what I'm
Just
saying.
borrow it.
Like,
It's
whose
great.
money is keeping libraries open? Because
The taxpayer.
That's what I'm saying.
Your
bro.
taxes.
It has to be something better.
It's
than
a
spending our
civic.
money.
It's a civic good. It's beautiful. It's one of the beautiful things about living in a city. Is that this is a beautiful thing that is a benefit to everybody. Just go in and enjoy it. You don't
Just
have
go to the
pay for
Crosstown
nothing.
Concourse and hang out.
You're paying for you're paying for it now. You got to pay for all this other crap.
What? I don't pay.
You
For,
have to pay for the
I don't pay for nothing in the Crosstown.
yeah.
Just
but
go look at
you know,
beautiful exotic women that walk around.
that's nice. Come on. Do that in the library.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. The weird girls whose parents won't let them stay at home.
We'll come back. We'll come back. We'll talk. Hopefully, everybody enjoys reading. That's all I want you to do. Enjoy reading and get yourself take care of. If your mind is, if you don't like the way your thought process is going, you can change it. Go talk to somebody, man. You can do it.
Yeah.
I promise you. I've done it. You can do it. It's possible. So, just want everybody to understand that. Okay. All right. When we come back, we'll talk about some sports and sporting things. There's plenty of them to discuss, including Imani Bates. Maybe he went to the library. I hope so.
Yeah, let's take them to the main library on
The Benjamin Brooks.
the big joint there by East High.
Shy says their last book, audiobook, the autobiography of Malcolm X, narrated by Lawrence Fishburne. I mean, come on, man, that sounds phenomenal. And I've never listened to the audiobook of that, so that sounds great. Lawrence Fishburne reading that. I mean, come on, that's fantastic. Another texter says, Uncaged, The Rise of Greg Oden and Mike Conley. I've never even heard of that. Is that a real book?
Gives a crap. Why would I dedicate hours of my life reading a story about Greg Oden and Mike Conley?
The texter says, Zach, if you like The Women of Brewster Place, there's also a movie of the same thing.
I've heard. I think I've seen a flyer of it. I didn't watch it, but I've seen it.
I've seen a flyer of it. What are you at a
Like,
store?
you know, like
up on the pegboard, like, oh, there's a Women of Brewster Place movie. You should watch it.
Like it was for me. It was like passing by. It wasn't like, oh, okay, like, yeah, like that's like, okay, that's cool. They came out with a movie. Maybe I might check it out once I get back to the house.
I hope you will. You got time to do it. I promise you. Lisa says, I do a lot of audiobooks. Can't do the physical books. I'm with you, Lisa. That's okay. Audiobooks are fine. I listened to several great audiobooks back in the day. Shy's got some great topic. Another texter says, Zach, read a bunch of Stephen King books. It'll open your eyes. Okay, yeah. I don't want Zach to get freaked out. That might scare him too much.
I don't even know.
Another texter wants to know, does microfiche still exist? But
You know what that is?
I don't know what that is either.
oh, you don't know microfiche?
No.
That's when you used to look at newspaper articles.
Yeah,
back
I
in the day.
seen it.
You'd have to
Yeah,
get the little thing on the little machine, and you put it
Yeah.
in here, and then it would
Yeah, I
show
seen
up on
that
the
before.
big. Yeah, I think they probably do have some microfiche somewhere. But
Bro, I was in Clue, and we took a tour to something, and we looked at microfiche. I remember that. You know,
Yeah.
what I used to think was the dopest thing in the world back when I was a kid, though. We up against the clock. Oh God, what's that called? The debate people.
Books?
No, they're called something. The debate people. They get up and they just not debate. They just speak on stuff.
What's the Great Debaters? or
No,
something?
they're not debaters. They just speak on the subject. Man, I used to think that mess was dope, bro. Like they got a timer and like people, like give them a score at the end. What's it called? Y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. God, dog.
Speech.
No, man, it's called. They're not really
Let's think
arguing.
about it.
They're just speaking on the point. But if I try to
Let's just think about it.
We'll
Think about it. We'll
all
think
right.
about it. We'll come back. We'll talk about that. But I love look at all the texts we got from book club. Man, people are into the book club. I
Weirdos.
love it. They're
Shout
not
out.
weirdos. These are good people. Oh,
Shout out.
good
All
shout
y'all,
out to
all
our
y'all. Shout
book
out to y'all.
Sports 56 Mornings book club. Woohoo!
Shoot me a YouTube
Man, y'all
link.
just got me excited about life. It's beautiful, man. Y'all, this is what it's all about. Come on. Fantastic.
Yeah, shoot me
I
a
love
YouTube link. I'll check it out.
Love y'all. Thank you, Shy. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, everybody else out in the mix. Thank you. Thank y'all. We'll come back. Just get started. Read a book.
Sports Time with Wallo and Stacks. Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Whether it's football, basketball, baseball, golf, or real estate, having the winning coach makes all the difference in your success. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark Spensdorf Realtors, and I'm with Coach Terry Tippett, winner of 6 state basketball championships. Coach, what's been the secret to your and your team's successes?
Sheldon, there's no one secret. It becomes a pattern of success after coaching for so many years and learning the ins and outs of the game and the players. A lot like the pattern of your success in selling homes.
Thanks, Coach. Like you and your program, I developed my highly successful strategic marketing program with the Shellbucks option, and I also tried to use it in my golf game.
Sheldon, tried is the optimum word. You better stick to selling homes, as you're always hitting holes in one at that, instead of double bogeys.
Thanks a lot. And if anyone is thinking of selling their home, make sure and talk to 2 to 3 coaches. I mean real estate brokers. Let me be one of them. You can reach me at 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com. That's 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com and be a winner.
I know the sweetest thing in Memphis, and I know it's been around for 115 years. You know, I'm talking about Dinstall's, and it's time to stock up heavy on Cashew Crunch, Heavenly Crunch, Turtlettes, all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. So easy to get. The sweetest thing in Memphis, all you have to do is head to Laurelwood or head to Germantown and Poplar right across from the hospital, or go where they make the candies. That's on Pleasant View. There's nothing that says Memphis better than Cashew Crunch with that little tinge of coconut, or the Turtlettes. Let's face it, there's nothing better than Dinstall's chocolate. That's the mainstay of all candies, isn't it? Milk chocolate, although their dark chocolate is pretty darn good. And if you get the peppermint with the dark chocolate and put it in the freezer, you're going to love it. So many ways to love Dinstall's. Stock up heavy on all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. 115 years of making Memphis oh so sweet.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, Orco hard coolers, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops for the Titleist pre-sale fitting event happening August 16th through the 22nd. Be one of the first to feel the difference with the new Titleist T100, T100S, T200, and T300 irons. Featuring new materials and new refinements that power new precision. 4 irons to give you maximum performance for any type of dedicated golfer. Go to worldwidegolfshops.com and register to get a free custom fitting for your new T-Series irons today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. guarantee.
Attention foodies, there's a great new place to eat in a great restored building. South Hall Cafe is now open for breakfast, brunch, and lunch in the former Tobacco Corner. Chef Jesus Ramon is creating classics from scratch with a twist. Enjoy all your favorites, including the best cheese grits in the South, a full bar, an in-house pastry chef, catering, online ordering for curbside or delivery, and a covered patio with live music on the weekends. We're open 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. weekdays and 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. on weekends. South Hall Cafe, corner of Poplar and Mendenhall.
Sports 56 traffic.
We were going to crash on Craigmont Drive at Covington Pike. That's right in front of Craigmont High School. That's Craigmont Drive at Covington Pike. Also, we're dealing with the accident on Summer Avenue at Sycamore View. Accident on Germantown Parkway at Walnut Bend Road. That's Germantown Parkway, Walnut Bend. Overturned vehicle on Lamar Avenue at Knight Arnold. Crash on Rains Road at Riverdale Road, and also the right shoulder is blocked on I-240 at Getwell Road. So guys, just take it easy out on the roadways this morning, and this is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Yeah. Books. We're talking to our friend Dustin Stark coming up at 9 o'clock. Leon Taylor coming up at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
You know, I'm not a baseball guy, Anthony Sane.
Neither am I.
I think it'd be funny if I just ended the sentence there and then went on to something else.
Yep.
Anyway,
let's move on.
but I'm not going to. I'm not a baseball guy, but I have to even I have to applaud Shohei Ohtani, who hit his 40th home run last night while also pitching 8 solid innings as the Angels knocked off the Tigers 3-1. Incredible. Struck out 8, 6 hits, walked 0, 90-pitch outing, and then hit his 40th home run. Like,
they ain't playing no games with these folks.
Well, is there an equivalent of this in any other sport? Like, I mean, like this is like a quarterback who's throwing for like 250, 300 yards, who also like
plays cornerback,
gets an interception.
It's like 2 interceptions and a sack or something like that.
3
so
tackles.
You never did
that
on Madden? You never did that on Madden? Put guys out of position and find out they're way better.
Yeah. No, I do that all the time. But I'm saying this is not Madden. This is
right, real life.
This man's out here like just breaking all the rules. Like it's just.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I have absolutely. I don't even know what to say, man.
I remember one of the Madden's people used to put Michael Vick at defensive end. That was like a big time hack. He was like unstoppable at defensive end.
He was unstoppable pretty much anywhere he went.
Yeah.
That dude was incredible, no matter what.
But it's still like hard for me to make any sense of what Ohtani's doing, because like in the era where sports have began to be more and more specialized, where guys are focusing on literally one aspect and period. Because you even see little kids who aren't playing both sides of the field in football anymore. Like that's starting to be a thing. You know what I mean? So it's so strange to see him doing it. He just seems so out of time. Like to see someone who's like people talk about next Babe Ruth and all those type of things. Like seeing him do what he's doing seems extremely out of time. Like he literally is from another dimension to come out there and be, you know, one of the better pitchers in baseball and one of the better hitters in baseball at the same time. Like I just can't wrap my head around it. And then he's 27 years old. It's crazy. Like I don't know.
Texter,
Texter,
by the way, says, what's up, Anthony? The thing you're trying to think of is called forensics. Some high schools have a forensics team, which is public speaking and debating, and you're judged in time doing it. So
that might be the general thing, but what I was talking about is Toastmasters. It's the actual thing I went to.
Oh, yeah, Toastmasters.
That might be the
absolutely.
forensics might be what that's called, the general, like, you know, thing of it. But, yeah, Toastmasters was dope.
He's right. He's Toastmasters.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, a bunch of weird
when you give toasts.
Dudes. Yeah. I need to get
and here we go. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about, let's see, what is it, like blinds. Blinds are great. They did. Is that what they do?
Yeah, it was a thing like that. And you couldn't and you couldn't pause. You had to talk for like 2 or 3 minutes.
I love it. I could do that. I'd be good at that. I could do that.
No problem. Man. Let's start.
Blinds are great.
Let's start our own little club and do that, man. Call it Bagel Masters. Biscuit Masters.
The Biscuit Dominators.
Where are you at on breakfast breads, bro? Like, what's bagels are king to me.
I'm not really anywhere on breakfast. Period. For the
oh man, that's why we bros, man. Like for real. Like I don't get excited about breakfast food like most people do. Like not at all, bro.
On like a weekend or something, on a brunch or whatever, maybe. But like it's on a regular day-to-day basis. No.
Bro, I look so freaking angry eating breakfast in the morning. Zach could tell you, like, Zach, what every day I'm like, man, I hate this crap. But I'm eating it because it's like I gotta eat something, man.
It's good. It's good to eat something. It's good to get something in your system. But I generally, I don't do like everyone talk about bagel. That's never breakfast like a donut. Sure, donuts are great. I have no problem. I don't like seek them out. But if somebody brings donuts, I'm into it. Sure, no problem. Donuts are wonderful. I don't know. I don't seek out breakfast pastries just in general.
You know what I'm thinking about is we just go all over the place right now. Like our show is the embodiment of two guys who have admitted issues with attention span.
That is true.
This is what happens.
That is true.
When you have a sports show with two guys who admittedly have problems staying focused,
staying on track.
Hey,
I mean,
I hope you guys.
I would say this. I think there is a difference between just going all over the place and then letting it go all over the place. It's not. I would say we are in control of the situation.
Some of our best dialogue came from
controlled
us
chaos,
letting stuff go where it goes. Period.
Well, see, here's the thing. I've also said, and I, this is where our show differs, and my philosophy in particular differs from like every other show that I know of on our station and other stations and all that stuff. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know, but it's just different. I'm a firm believer in the working without a net philosophy, where you just let the show breathe on its own and you walk the tightrope, and hopefully you'll make it across. And if you don't, then it's it'll be a disaster. But like if you do, it's going to be really compelling. Like you can't know what's going to happen, and I don't like to plan too much out because then you miss great opportunities for interesting discussion when it comes up organically. And it's much more interesting when it comes up organically than if me and Sane, did hours of discussion about what we're going to talk about and all this stuff, and then it doesn't.
That also
it's much more interesting when it just comes up that way.
It also requires us to be up at 4 a.m. to have those hours of discussion about what we're going to talk about from 7.
Well, I mean, we could theoretically talk about it like the night before or something, but
I ain't got time for that either. Texas,
we talked last night. We talked last night, but it wasn't about the show.
We didn't talk about the show.
That's what I said. What about the show?
Texas says for him 3 soft-boiled eggs every morning.
What?
Salt and pepper and sriracha. That sounds extremely gross.
I know your gut is.
What is a soft-boiled egg as opposed to a hard-boiled egg? What does that mean? Like for real, what does that mean for real?
It's like
where it's still kind of runny in the middle.
No, it's how do you describe? I don't know how to describe like.
That sounds nasty.
It's kind of goopy, I guess. Like it is. It's not runny, but it's not hard.
Man, I'm about to vomit. Do you eat it out of one of those little things, little challenge?
Yeah, you can do like a little spoon. You can do like a little spoon with the yolk. The yolk turns into like almost like a jelly kind of thing, like a jelly sort of texture.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Your stomach.
I don't like stuff that reminds me that I'm eating an animal, and that seems too animalish to me. It reminds me that I'm eating like a.
Oh, I love stuff that reminds me. I'm eating an animal. I love it. I'd eat it just straight up. Just make my chicken shaped like a chicken. That's fine.
You like your chicken breast to be shaped like
when we were in Costa Rica on our honeymoon. We eat full. They served us full fried fish, head to tail. The entire fish just came, eyeballs, the whole thing. It was all just sitting right there, and you pull your meat off of it, and man, it was good. Woo!
Yeah, I'm good.
But you had no doubt that it was a fish. There was no question what you were eating.
Yeah, all that type of stuff kind of creeps me out. I don't want to eat eggs. It reminds me of what I'm eating. Like this kind of nasty.
An egg reminds you of life? Is that what you're saying?
Hard-boiled. 3 soft-boiled eggs and sriracha.
Ugh.
And salt and pepper, man. I don't know how y'all do it.
For one, I'd still be hungry after I eat that. Number 2, that's just...
Our friend One Pretty Pearl says, maybe that's why I love y'all, because I exist in controlled chaos. I'm all over the place all the time. Exactly. Just got to let it ride. Let things go. Speaking of in the Shohei Ohtani thing, that brought up another point that we didn't talk about yesterday. But did you see the Jack Morris the commentator, a couple days ago, who used a Charlie Chan style Asian accent when he was asked about what you should do with Shohei Ohtani, and he said be very, very careful, or pitch very, very carefully. But he said it like in a Asian style, like goofy accent.
Would it be bad for us to play that on there?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
I'll listen during the break.
Yeah, I don't want to play it on the air. But anyway, he issued a very tepid apology, and I heard our buddy Johnny talking about this yesterday, like talking about how he was confused about why that was offending and why he had to apologize for this. And
How does Harden get?
I don't understand this, man. I really don't. Like, because he was comparing it to like Eddie Murphy's Delirious back in the day.
Yeah, it's back in the day, Harden.
I mean, obviously that was 40 years ago. First of all, second of all, it was very funny, but times have definitely changed since then. On top of that, what if I come on here with like some kind of a slur of like people used to talk doing like Amos and Andy, like old like that guy. Is that cool? Can you slur any voice, or if I come on here and like start talking like Speedy Gonzalez all the time? Like, no, if I'm doing it, it's not
right.
That's not cool.
All right, well, let me ask you this. He can't
do an Asian, goofy Asian voice, and like that's just reductive, man. Come on, what are we? Why is that? Why do we have to even have this conversation anymore?
Let me throw this out just to be counter, just to throw it out because I don't agree with this. I'm just throwing it out there. Why is it okay to? Why is it okay to? Excuse me. Why is it not okay to joke about everybody but white people?
Wait, what now?
Why is it free reign to joke on white people?
Who's joking on white people?
Me. Everyone.
All right, this is an interesting discussion. I don't know if we
like seriously though. Like we crack jokes.
No. Here,
like
let's take a break.
We say things like that guy has to be the whitest guy, or come on, that happens all the time.
It's an interesting discussion. I'm glad you brought that up. We'll take a break because we have to take a break, and we'll talk about that when we come back. That's a good discussion. I like.
I'm about to eat my breakfast on the break. Call me if you
eat
get
that
lost.
breakfast. Eat that soft-boiled egg.
Never.
We'll come back in the Family Leisure Studios. Stick around.
You have opinions?
What do you hear? What do you say?
We want to hear them. Call or text us on the AutoZone listener line at 360-8255. That's the AutoZone listener line at 901-360-8255.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
RS Financial Group and Orion Federal Credit Union present the 2021 World Championship Hot Wing Contest, August 28th at Tiger Lane, featuring the South Hall Cafe's World Wing Series. Earn a spot to compete for $25,000. Go to worldwingfest.com. August 28th, mark the date for the World Championship Hot Wing Contest and Festival at Tiger Lane. Live bands, $10,000 in cash prizes, presented by Orion Federal Credit Union, RS Financial Group, benefiting Ronald McDonald House Charities of Memphis. Go to worldwingfest.com.
Hey, everybody, it is so cool to see all these new All-Star Edition Silverado trucks at All-Star Chevrolet today. And they have so many certified pre-owned Chevys. If it's a Chevy you want this fall, Olive Branch is where you want to be. And if you have a car or truck to sell, All-Star will buy it even if you owe on it. So bring the title and get your check today. Remember, it's not South Haven, not Collierville, not Mount Moriah, or the Pike. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. So find new roads to All-Star Chevrolet or go to allstarautogroup.com.
Are you a business owner looking for funding? Greenbox Capital is here to help by providing easy working capital loans in as little as 24 hours. Visit greenboxcapital.com/apply now to fill out a short form and get started today. With funding from $3,000 to $500,000, Greenbox Capital can help. Visit greenboxcapital.com/apply now to receive a special offer of 10% off cost of working capital. Greenboxcapital.com/apply now and get business funding needed without stress from traditional lenders. Greenboxcapital.com/apply now. Fast funding for small businesses.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
I'm Dr. George Flynn, Chairman of the Board of Flynn Broadcasting. Other stations might consider you to be a listener. I don't, and we don't. You are a family member, and I want the best for you and your family. So please get vaccinated against COVID. It saves hospitalizations and can save your life. I've had 3 rounds of vaccines on clinical trials with no side effects other than maybe a sore arm for 24 hours. I want to protect you, my family, and would never suggest something that might harm you. Please get vaccinated and feel safe in knowing you've done your part to beat COVID-19. I care about you, so please get vaccinated. All of us at Flynn Broadcasting want to keep you healthy, so please get vaccinated.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Yeah. Bow. All right. Hour number 1 here in the Family Leisure Studios. AutoZone text lines are ripping and roaring. Texter says up and grooving, just barely on. Great. Great stuff. Another texter says go Yankees. We got some just random texts coming in today. That's fine. Just people just firing off texts.
Talking about baseball, man. Let it rock.
Yeah. Yeah. You know I'm not a baseball fan. Anyway, you asked Anthony going to the break about why is it okay for people to make fun of white people?
We clown white people every day, all day long.
Clowning white people. Why is clowning white people saying that's the whitest thing that did whatever? You couldn't say that's the blackest thing, whatever, or that's the most Asian thing.
We say it. Black people say it.
Ah, interesting.
We say it about ourselves all the time.
This is an important point.
But it's kind of like in the movie. What's the movie about the bear that was talking? Ted, right?
Yeah.
There was a scene in that movie that had me in tears when they were in the sperm bank and they knocked over that whole shelf full of samples. And Ted was like, it was samples that was rejected because it may have contained sickle cell, right? Mm-hmm. And they knocked it over, and all the samples fell on somebody, so they had male excrements all over them. And Ted was like, "Man, that sucks. You got black people all over you. Black people excrements all over you." Yeah, I thought it was insanely funny, but you just can't go out saying it.
Well, it's
but we clown white people all day long.
I mean, as far
as
he
was trying to tie. For those who don't get the joke, he was trying to connect sickle cell to black people, and right. But we can't clown white people like that. Like, I mean, we clown white people all day long, but we just can't go out cracking jokes on. We crack jokes on how white people talk, how they look, how they act. Yesterday, I made a joke about how curvy white guys used to then date them, and now they've kind of taken them back as they became mainstream. And how I said that's, I don't know how I feel about that.
The theory, this is the whole thing is, so this is where it comes to the concept of hegemony, like that, which is the general
spell it.
You
spelled it before, but spell it again.
HEGE.
Mm-hmm. I got it.
MONY. Mm-hmm. Hegemony is the existing power structure, like the existing structure of who is in control of things. Mm-hmm. And in general, in our country and in many places, white people are in control of most stuff. White people are in control of the power structures, right? Mm-hmm. So you have, CEOs, the money, the police departments, the power in general is mostly with white people. So in comedy, you can punch up. It's if people who are underneath in the hegemony punch up, that's generally okay. It's generally regarded as harmless because what power do you really have? You're swinging. It's like when you hold your little brother at arm's length. Societally speaking, like that has no power. But if a white person or somebody that's in power swings down, that comes from a place of power where they could theoretically impact somebody's life. They could impact their livelihood. They could economically impact them in a much more powerful way. That's wrong. That comes across as as wrong, as improper, as racist, as sexist, as whatever, because it comes from a place of power. So when making fun of white people, when white males in particular, white males are the ones who have the most of the hegemonic power. So swinging at them isn't harmful to them. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, I just want to hear your. I ain't speaking on it. I just want to hear your take on it.
It's a light punch.
I got my take, but it's just
but
like
swinging
reason,
down, but swinging down from that power is extremely impactful.
We're talking about assumed power as well, not actual.
Yeah, real exactly.
Life power. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Well, that's what I mean when I say hegemony. That's what I mean. Like that's the perceived structure. So that's where you are. It doesn't even have to be real power. Exactly. It could be in different situations. But that's
self-appointed.
That's where
like we're the dominant.
Well, not even self. Not even. No. It's not. I don't think it's self-appointed so much. I mean, in some cases it might be, but I think it's just the generally accepted, like the way everyone knows, kind of the way that things have been. Now that's not an endorsement of that. That's just the way it is. If things were different, if 100 years later the power structure's changed and it's basically a mostly black cabinet, mostly black presidents, mostly black CEOs, then I think those jokes would hit differently.
I think it'll take more than I think it'll take the years of see now I'm about to go somewhere I don't want to go.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about years. I'm talking about like vastly in the future. I'm not talking about like in a decade. I'm talking about like centuries.
Mm-hmm.
But those jokes would hit different if that were the structure. It has to do with the existing structure. That's why they are. That's why you can make the claim, like, can black people be racist against white people? Yeah, but it's not the same because what is the specific action that can be done? Like, what could actually be done? What could be taken away? What could be limited? You see what I'm saying? You might be discriminatory.
Mm-hmm.
You might have like stereotypes, but in terms of being racist, like actually like stopping somebody from doing something.
Because I say it's going to hit different.
I don't know. I don't know if that's why that's an interesting discussion to have.
Mm-hmm. But I'll say this: I agree with you. I agree with Peter Edmondson. Black people can't be racist.
It doesn't. It's not the.
We can't be racist.
Not in the same way. Certainly not in the same way. I don't think black people being racist against white people is the same.
It's not even a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even you can call it what you want, but could black people be racist against like?
We can prejudge you, yes, and be discriminatory, but racist.
Certainly, and there are stereotypes and all that stuff, but that's not the same thing. But could you be racist against like another race besides white people? That maybe that is possible. So we got to think about the entrenched power. People get all in their feelings and stuff. Where's the entrenched power?
Mm-hmm. Come on, man, you saying so?
So just that's where it comes down to.
When people say, "Oh, Saints are racist," like, "Oh man, I feel so powerful. I got that kind of power."
Yeah.
Like, do people understand the power and effect of racism over the centuries?
Yeah. What is
like you telling me I'm that? Like I got that kind of power?
Yeah, exactly. Wow. What is racism really? What is the impact of it? I mean, if Shane says I'm a corny white guy, does that what is the impact?
It's a racist. Exactly. Come on, bro. Like, what's the
if Shane wants to cut all the white people from the Grizzlies, what is the impact?
Yeah. If I just say get rid of all these white dudes, easy fix. You got 20, you need to get down to 17. I got you.
The team just got better.
But you see how that hits different. If I said cut all the black dudes, first of all, that would be a terrible strategy.
Yes.
That would be a terrible strategy. And number two, it would hit different because of the entrenched structure of what could happen. And who is in control of the Grizzlies? It's a bunch of white people. So that would hit differently, right?
Right. I'm glad you're saying this because in hour number 3, there are some interesting things that I want to talk about concerning some of the stuff we're talking about. Like as far as
hour number 3, we're going to skip over hour number 2.
I mean, we got Leon. We're going to talk Imani Bates. I'm sure we're going to talk Imani for this whole hour.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Okay. Well, hour number 3, we'll get to it. Okay. So, hey, write it down.
Right. Hey, I literally just said, let me write this down.
Yeah, write it down right now because
Gotcha.
I don't want you to forget it.
Gotcha.
Right. Hour number 2 on the way. We're going to talk to Leon Taylor about Imani Bates and others. Stick around.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Tiger football opens at home against Nichols Saturday, September 4th at 6. And the rest of the schedule features SEC opponent Mississippi State, Navy, SMU, and more. Single game tickets are on sale now for all games, including Mississippi State, which starts at $60. Season tickets are also on sale, and you can get all 7 games for just $99. To lock in your seats for all the action, call 901-678-2331 or visit GoTigersGoTix.com.
Farmers Insurance knows that when you're in the car and that song comes on, yes, that's the one, you have no choice but to pull out your imaginary drumsticks and smash those cymbals and stomp on that kick pedal, which unfortunately is the accelerator pedal. And we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent who knows a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at MemphisFarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
There's a new commissary in town. In Collierville, Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking. No telephone pole to get in your way. A cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder. The great Kimmons Wilson of Holiday Inn had a slogan: the best surprise is no surprise. And that's so true. When I sit at your kitchen table, you're going to understand exactly what I'm going to do to your roof. From the underlayment to the hip shingles and ventilation, the flashing, the wood repairs, the cleanup, the crew safety, the warranty. It's amazing how many customers sign contracts being told none of that stuff. But the best surprise is no surprise. Insurance claims. Talk to your friends. More and more claims are being rejected, and only experienced claims specialists are getting those terrible decisions overturned. So if you don't hire me, please hire someone to manage the process with the experience to see it through. The best surprise is no surprise. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
We're still working an accident in front of Craigmont High School on Craigmont and Covington Pike. Also, accident still on Summer Avenue at Sycamore View, and also accident on Germantown Parkway at Walnut Bend Road. Keep it right here. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Hour number 2 is here. We've been talking about lots of different things. Some very shallow, some very deep. That's what we do on the show in the Family Leisure Studios.
Yep.
Got our friend Leon Taylor coming up here momentarily. We're going to talk. It's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about lots of different things. Like I said, including Imani Bates, who is he's in town. I don't know what he did last night.
Kicked it.
We have some clues about what he may have done, but we don't know for sure exactly what he did. Listen, there's all kinds of different things that he can do. There's all different things that you can do out there. As a matter of fact, our friends at FanDuel can help you with some of that, including if you want to jump in on all kinds of different stuff right there. And it's very important that we talk about all this, including the Manny Pacquiao fight. That's coming up as a matter of fact. Boxing legend Manny Pacquiao returns to the ring this Saturday for the first time in 2 years. And FanDuel Sportsbook is giving new customers exclusive 30-1 odds on either fighter to win when he takes on Yordenis Ugas. That's right. Now is the perfect time to give FanDuel a shot because you can win $150 on a $5 bet. How about that? 30-1. Not too bad. FanDuel is always hooking you up with exclusive odds boosts, great promotions, and so much more. That's why they're America's #1 sportsbook. So if you've not joined, if you're a new customer, you get 30-1 odds on either fighter on Saturday. Don't miss out on your chance to win $150 on a $5 bet when Manny Pacquiao returns to the ring against Yordenis Ugas. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code BIGHEAD to get in on the action. That's promo code BIGHEAD. Must be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. Odds boost available for new users only. Must wager on designated boost market. $10 first deposit required. Max bonus $150. Risk-free bet refund issues non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $10. Restrictions apply. See full terms for both offers at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789. All right. So as we discussed, it is Imani Bates time. He is here. And who is following him but our good friend Leon Taylor. I don't know if he's actually following him.
Yeah, that would be problematic. We're still trying to get Leon, though. We're still trying to get Leon on the line.
We're still trying to get Leon? Okay.
But, yeah.
All right. So
we can talk about it.
Are the streets talking about what's going on?
Yeah, the streets are talking, man. Streets are buzzing. We saw him out at our good friend Steven Johnson. He said that he suggested where we should take him to when he comes to town, and they said that's actually where he was. He was at what's the place? Coastal Fish or something?
Yeah. Coastal Fish from over at Shelby Farms.
He was there. He was there last night, man, in the house.
Shelby Farms is a very that's a very classy spot to take Imani Bates.
You ever been to Coastal Fish?
I went there before it was Coastal Fish. I've not been to Coastal Fish, but I've been there when it was something else.
Now you say fish or seafood in Memphis. There's like two different types of it.
Yeah, this is more of the bougie fish kind of thing. This is not like
catfish and hush puppy.
Catfish and all that stuff. Yeah, no.
Are we sure we took him to the right place then?
I mean, I think I don't know.
Does he seem like a bougie fish kid, or
I don't know the kid. I know it's a very nice place to go. I know my wife and I went over there to sit down and have some drinks. Last time we were over there, it was actually weirdly enough we ate. And it was nice. Sat there and looked at the lake and watched the sunset. It was beautiful. It's a beautiful view. It really is. It's gorgeous. One of the best views in Memphis. Like, it's over the lake. You can see like Clark Tower in the background. You can see all the Shelby Farms. Like, it looks really nice. It feels like you're in kind of a different area. So we went for a little walk by the lake, came back, and at the time, J.B. Bickerstaff was the Grizzlies head coach. He and his wife and the coaches and their wives were all out for a big party right there, and so went over and said hello and all that. That's kind of the place where it is. Like it's kind of the spot to go and like classy. Do a classy kind of thing over there. So
right.
I can see why you go over there. I can see why you go over there if you want to impress him. I mean, like if you want to kind of and then you take him somewhere fun. I saw where his Instagram where they loaded him up with snacks. So that looked like it was about a 10-year-old.
Treat the man like he was a kid. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I like snacks too, but
yeah, I like to get my snack on.
Come on now.
We brought up an interesting question yesterday though, and I'll see your thoughts on this. Like, what does that visit entail? And I'm sure Leon, who we're about to bring on, I'm sure he can speak more on this. But like, how do you impress a kid on a college visit, other than showing him around the campus and the basketball facility? Like, when you're taking them around town, what are you doing with them? Because it's mostly in the daytime. So is it just take them out somewhere to eat? And because we're not taking this kid to the Brooks Museum. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Because if I was thinking of, okay, what would I do with a young lady in the daytime? I would go to some museum or something in the park or something. What am I doing with this kid from out of town that I'm trying to show the city off to, that I'm trying to impress? I've always wondered what that entails, other than just walking them on campus and showing the facility, coaches, and meeting the players and all that type of stuff. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Maybe Leon knows. Maybe he can speak on this situation. I think Leon is on the line now. So yeah, Leon, my guy.
What it do?
What's going on? I was wondering what does a college visit look like? Because I can't see how that can be anything more than like an hour or so walking around campus. So what all is entailed in the visit? Do you know?
Man, this visit is more than just an hour, man. This is about showing a person the community, the city of Memphis. So, the moment he got off the plane, they took him by Shelby Farms for a good lunch and get a chance to see the campus. And we have had some fans come up to him, show him some love. So, he's getting all the good things in his hotel room, and he's getting the king treatment of a top recruit right now.
So was this like catfish and hot sauce with hush puppies and fries, or was this some other type of fish, seafood?
Man, you know what? These kids, they're a little different, man. They be wanting the junk food, the Gatorade, and like for him, he got Ritz crackers, Gatorade, and Kit Kat bars. It was very simple for him in his room.
Is that per his request? Like, is this like stuff he said he wanted, or is this like somebody, was it like a group thing to get together and, okay, guys, we got to figure what are they eating? What? Let's just check his Instagram.
Normally,
let's see. Like, how does that work?
Normally, they get, like, their favorite items that they love. Like, great example, Kennedy Chandler, they actually, hey, what's your favorite juice, soda, your favorite snack, and everything you like, they're going to have it in the room.
Okay. So it is by design. It's not just some random guess.
Right,
okay,
right,
I got you. I got you.
Man, you can't. I'm out. Listen, I don't know. It's been a while since I was 17 years old,
right.
But I don't know. If you bring me Ritz crackers, I'm gonna throw that. Ritz crackers? That's nasty. What Ritz crackers for a 17-year-old? Get out of here. What are we doing here? I mean, I saw that. I was like, oh, Kit Kat, but come on, man.
Seemed like it wasn't nothing sour or no.
Yeah, give me where's the gummy bear? Where's the sour
Patch Kids
worms?
and all that
Come on,
stuff,
where's sour patch? Yeah, where's that stuff? Come on, ridiculous.
But Leon's saying it probably came from his.
I mean, I'm not saying it didn't. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe his taste is bad. I'm just saying it's bad. It's not good either way.
Right.
I'm not trying to. I'm not. Okay, I am judging. That's terrible. Like come on, man. What I saw what he had in the Gatorade. I mean, Gatorade's $2. What are we doing? Like, come on.
We
Give that man some non-alcoholic Dom Perignon. I mean, what do we got? Come on.
Dominique Perignon.
Yeah. I heard he's an up-and-comer 5-star from the next class, Dominique Perignon.
Yeah.
He's a tremendous young French player, very strong. Listen, I don't know. It's all good. Whatever works for
I just
him.
wonder what they do with him. I just wonder, like, what all have they, you know what I mean? Like,
well, you're kind of related to that. Here's my question, too. So, Leon, like, from what you've been told and from where you're just kind of, talking to folks and hearing things, like, how much is this decision really in doubt? Is he like showing up and he's like, well, y'all better impress me.
It's coming down to these snacks.
It's coming down to these next 2 days.
This
like, or is
fish,
it basically like Is it
Not
basically
at
like,
all.
look, I've made my decision, and I'm just going to go have some fun at these places for a couple days before I finish this thing off?
Exactly, man. He's actually being just what a 70-year-old kid is supposed to do on a college visit, man. He's enjoying life, getting a chance to see, opportunities. And the decision has really already been made. It's just enjoying your visit. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so why not get a chance to see a different college and, experience getting treated like a king. Like I said, this is once in a lifetime. And we've seen this with James Wiseman. He visited Florida State, was never going to go to Florida State, but why not get a free flight to Florida and get treated like a king? So it happens all the time. You get 5 visits, so he didn't take 5, he just took 2. So he's enjoying the opportunity.
So do you think it sounds like I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. It sounds like you're saying all this is just a formality, like he's already made his decision. So what do you think that decision is, and what do you think ultimately will lead to his decision?
Oh, like I said before, for the past 3 weeks.
We don't know what you talked about down the dial, Leon. No, I'm messing with you. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He's going to be a Tiger, man, when it's all said and done. It's going to happen next week. He's got to go up to Oregon. His family's going to sit and talk, kind of let the, shenanigans play over a little bit, after Sunday. I say between Sunday and Wednesday, he should come with a decision.
The factors here, how much does the NIL stuff play into this? Was that the difference maker? Because a few months ago, it was just assumed that he was going to end up, sticking around and not necessarily reclassifying, but going into his senior year and then going to go to the G League or somewhere else. And then all of a sudden, as NIL kind of became a thing, it seemed like things switched dramatically. Is it as simple as that to say, look, man, we got FedEx, we got whoever else, we got AutoZone, we got some guys that can lay around some big bucks? Was that the simple change in the whole thing?
Yes, sir. I truly believe and know that the NIL changed the whole landscape for not just Amani, but also Jalen Duran. Because we're talking about guys who were getting scouted by Rod Strickland all year round. I personally seen it. And, it was already on the table that Jalen Duran was going to be a pro. Once the NIL rule came around, it's like it changed everything because all these guys want to be college students, but they also want to take care of their parents and their families. And when you get a chance to see guys like Jalen Suggs play in March Madness, but also get paid doing it, that just made it, that much easier to say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and go to college. Now, it's competition now, and not just G League. You got overtime, elite, but they're not really getting guys that are, number 1, number 2 recruits. They're getting guys like the 15 and the number 35 type recruits. But the G League, I really feel like it's going to fade away a little bit because every kid, like I said, wants to enjoy March Madness, and that just changed everything when the NIL rules came into effect. Because how can you pass up the opportunity to enjoy college life and then get paid at the same time? Because once you go to the G League, you got to become a grown man. Not everybody is ready for that lifestyle. So for them, it's like, hey, let's enjoy this one ride real quick, and then we'll make the decision of being a pro.
There are people, I've heard people who get paid to know what they're talking about or will get paid to share their opinion, whether it's right or wrong. They've said some phenomenal things about Imani, like best player since LeBron, these type of things. Like, I'm like, okay, wait. I'm not going to joke like I know who the kid is or know too much about him. But I just hear number 1, number 2. You know what I mean? I hear people say best since LeBron. One guy says he's the best high school recruit he's ever seen. I know, I'm not going to say I know, but I'm sure you've seen him play because I know you go watch a lot of traveling basketball teams. Where is he to you? Like, is he really that good from what you've seen?
Yeah, Monty's been great for a long time. I've been actually keeping up with him since he was in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's just about, like, playing with other teammates because he's always been the man. And that's one of the interesting things about him coming to Memphis. Like, how does he fit in the system? Now, everybody's talking about him playing point guard. Me personally, seen him, like I said, seen him from 8th grade to now. I just don't see him being a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can he do it? Possibly. But I see him being more of a shot maker. He's a shooter. He's a high-volume scorer. Now, he puts you in the mind of KD because he's real tall and lengthy. Like, he's 6'9". And his ceiling is very high. Now, once he gets in the system, with Larry Brown and Penny, Rasheed Wallace and Cody Topper, man, I think they're going to really dissect this game, and this guy's game might expand to another level, and that's what we're hoping. And that's why he's considering Memphis, because why wouldn't you want to go to a university where you can get your game ready for the next level?
Right,
Not
with
saying
pros,
Oregon can't
like
do
some-
that,
yeah,
but
elite
you got
pros on
for
your
sure
side.
guys
Yeah.
who know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
The how much do you credit Penny Hardaway with a strategic manipulation of the news cycle when Imani is in town by leaking out that Rasheed Wallace has accepted the role as assistant coach on the morning that Imani Bates arrives in Memphis, guaranteeing that your team is going to be prominently featured all over the news while this kid is sitting here. To me, man, Penny's a lot of things, but he's also a very, very smart maker of news. And he knows exactly how this thing works.
Yeah, exactly.
Did how much planning has gone into the timing on all this?
Oh, it's been a lot, man. I honestly, everything that's going on has pretty much been a done deal for over a month, and everything's been a chess move, because you look at it like you just said with the Rasheed Wallace announcement yesterday. We already been knowing about it. It just had to be official. So now it's like I said, he's playing chess moves against competition, just showing not only Imani but future recruits like, this is what goes down in Memphis. This is how I'm doing it. And he's building it brick by brick. Like, you look at now, Coach K is out of the game. Roy Williams is out of the game. Penny Hardaway is that guy now when it comes to recruiting in college basketball. And I know John Calipari's got to be going crazy right now because competition just got tougher.
Leon, something that people kind of talk about, but not to enough to make me comfortable, is the thing that he's young. He's coming out early, and he's too young to go into the G League this season. And is there a realistic chance that you could see him play 2 years of college basketball, in your opinion?
With the NIL rule, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Right. Another thing, Leon, my final question for you. You seem to put yourself out there. You're never really worried about the risk of being wrong. And I can't remember much of anything that you've ever been wrong about as far as stuff you've predicted. And you tend to step out a lot earlier than other people and with strong stances on things. What gives you that confidence? And are there any fears that you have stepping out so much earlier than other people around you, your peers?
I do my homework, man, and I actually go to these games and watch these guys play. Like Jalen Durant, I first saw him in Washington D.C. in January, and I kept up with him, the coaching staff. So it's like just keeping up with everything. And before I make an announcement, I always just double check because in this game, credibility goes a long way.
Right.
And with that being said, I cover all aspects of the game because anything can change when it comes to recruiting. But like I said, this has been a done deal, man. And all we got to do now is just wait for the parade.
Right. Because that's what I'm saying. Like you're saying, okay, this is a done deal. Like it's been done. Like that's extreme confidence to me. You know what I mean? Like you're talking like, yeah, the kid's covered. Like, hey, he's just going through the motions. And that's a lot of people wouldn't be able to comprehend that you're saying this that you're a journalist speaking so matter-of-factly about this whole thing, but I applaud you for it. You know what I mean? And what I tell people all the time and what we do is there's certain cultural connections and just natural connections and weird connections people have in doing this that a lot of people just don't understand. You know what I mean? You don't have to go you don't have to be connected to an assistant coach or athletic director or whatever. You might know this dude's cousin or his, you know what I mean? Like it's different type.
Teammate.
It's different type. It's different. There's so many ways for that network information to go forward or whatever. But I commend you for it and thanks for coming on and sharing your insight on the whole situation.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you saying and thanks, Peter.
Man, of course, Leon. Always good talking to you.
Oh yeah, man. Good stuff, man. Good stuff for sure.
All right.
Leon's our guy, man.
Oh, yeah. Like, Leon be after it for real, though, because Leon, like, literally, Leon made a post like 2 or 3 weeks ago, like, yeah, Jalen Duren, next Memphis Tiger. Okay, what's next? I was like, what? Like, he was like, he was way out in front of it, like, putting it out there.
A month ago.
I was like, good God. But, yeah, but Leon, we appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's our friend Leon Taylor joining us. We'll talk about what it means and his confidence that Imani Bates is going to join Jalen Duren, and that basically now all you got to do is play in the parade.
Oh, yeah.
I'm with that. Because
he was like, what's next? All right, hey, we got Duren, Imani. Okay, who's next?
We can do that. We can do that.
With it.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. Let's go. All right, we'll talk about it when we return. And saying the thing that you wrote down that you want to talk about.
All right, I got it.
Maybe we'll get into that next week.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, all right, let's do that.
All right.
When we come back here in the Family Leisure Studios, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5.
Get happy with Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Weekday afternoons from 1 to 3 on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
Right now, a 5-quart jug of Napa Full Synthetic Motor Oil is just $18.99. It keeps your engine from breaking down without breaking the bank. Yep, a 5-quart jug of Napa Full Synthetic for $18.99 is not just a great deal. It's the break you've been waiting for. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. At participating locations does not include state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Advertised sale price may not be available in some states. Offer ends 8/31/21.
Grind City Brewing Company is taking care of beerness in Memphis. Grind City Brewing is the dream of a father and son duo to create a brand that delivers a high-quality, great-tasting, and easy-drinking craft beer. And they've done it. The brewery sits high above the city elevation in uptown Memphis with 15,000 square feet of beerness, including a 5,000 square foot tap room. Grind City Brewing is committed to all things Memphis, including the Tigers. They have created a malt liquor called Tiger Tail that is the official craft beer of the University of Memphis. Tiger Tail comes in 16-ounce six-packs and is not your typical malt liquor. Tiger Tail is crafted with a bold and smooth flavor, has 7.5% alcohol, and its clean finish makes it incredibly easy drinking. Tiger Tail and Grind City Brewing, taking care of beerness in Memphis. RS Financial Group and Orion Federal Credit Union present the 2021 World Championship Hot Wing Contest, August 28th at Tiger Lane, featuring the South Hall Cafe's World Wing Series. Earn a spot to compete for $25,000. Go to worldwingfest.com. August 28th, mark the date for the World Championship Hot Wing Contest and Festival at Tiger Lane. Live bands, $10,000 in cash prizes, presented by Orion Federal Credit Union, RS Financial Group, benefiting Ronald McDonald House Charities of Memphis. Go to worldwingfest.com.
Mid-South, get ready to enjoy your Summer in Style sales event at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Get all-wheel control system, pedestrian detection, lane departure warning, and 5-star safety rating with your 2022 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross SE. We Gossett $209 a month. Get advanced technology with My Pilot Assist, 7-passenger and fun to drive 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. We Gossett $229 a month. And they're all powered by our stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. It's time to get your groove on at Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett.
48-month leases, $10,000 per year, $750 loyalty rebate, $500 military rebate, $250 Ally Military CCRA Cross, NZ003186, MSRP 27725, Outlander NZO 19057, MSRP 20080, includes all manufacturer rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 8/31/2021, dealer stock only.
Sports 56 traffic.
We got one new accident on the roadways this morning. Accident on Raw Mill Road at Raleigh Millington Road. That's Raw Mill Road at Raleigh Millington Road. Keep it right here. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Hour number 2 continues. We're going to talk with our good friend Dustin Starr about a bunch going on. I want to hear what happened to him on his TV tapes. I know he can't tell us everything. I don't want to reveal all the secrets, but I know there were some interesting things that occurred. Courtney Gladney says taking the FedEx Forum with the Tiger floor out and his custom graphics on the Jumbotron and the announcer saying his name. I mean, listen, come on now.
They should let him stand on the tip of the
on the little stage with the smoke.
No, not that tip.
The tip of the key.
The
just
the one that got
jump up and
circumcised.
down,
The one that got circumcised.
Yeah, jump up and down on it. Yeah, show that Tiger pride. Just go down and kiss the floor. There you go. There you go, kid.
I remember.
No.
Man, I remember the first time I saw that.
we can talk about. Hey, let pause. That floor is. I don't care what y'all say. The Tiger's floor is dope to me. Like y'all can say what you want. It's just.
It's doing too much.
It's
fine.
It's Penny
it's
does
too
much, bro.
It's
It's as loud and as I don't give a F as Penny Hardaway is as a coach. It's an embodiment of who he is, his person.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
It's a big, gaudy, blue
Baby
monster.
blue.
It's obnoxious as hell. It's like, yeah, so what? We're gonna have a big blue court with some big peen energy on it. Here we go.
Yeah, big old, couple big wang here.
Hey, can I make another joke though? Can I make a white people joke? Can I make one more before we talk about what I want to talk about? Because what we're about to talk about is going to involve race too. So let me just go ahead and break the ice with this.
All right.
White people didn't really see that the way. I mean, black people didn't really see the penis like white guys saw it. Y'all see penises a lot and stuff. Because I didn't see that until somebody else said it.
Yeah.
And it was white guys. It was a lot of white guys. Oh, look at that. Yeah. It's like, I don't see that. I didn't see that at all until I saw people talking about it. And I just seemed to got super excited about the fact that it resembled a huge, endowed whatever. Do you find that to be true, though, that white people like penis jokes? And like finding penises out in the wild?
Finding penises out in the wild.
Like Pokemon. Like, hey, look at that tree. It looks like a penis. Look at
gotta
that
catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
There's another one.
I never really. I gotta say, I never really found a big racial component to that. I never really thought about it, though. I tell you what, I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'll keep an eye on that for you. I'll give you an update on that later on when I talk to some of my white friends and black friends.
Like,
see if there's any difference in this because I don't know. I never really noticed it like that.
Like for real though, I thought the court was fine. I was like, oh man, this is dope. Like this is just this wild. Oh man, Penny's crazy. Like the man just got a big blue screw y'all court. Here come the white guys. Oh, look at that penis. Like, oh, here we go. Y'all find.
Well, I mean, I will admit that the first thing I saw, I thought was yeah. That's two genitals.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I didn't. Like saying we was courtside when they unveiled the court, the blue court.
And we thought it was. I was like, man, that's dope.
Yeah, but see, you're courtside. That's I. The first time I saw it was up on the upper.
That's what I'm saying.
I was there for a Grizzly thing. I was there for a Grizzly thing. And I was up.
Yeah, bro. I was like, this mess is dope. White guys, oh God, look at that penis!
Like it wasn't until the day after when I saw it on Twitter where people was like talking about it. I'm like, what are y'all talking about?
Look at that.
And then that's when like they showed like a overshot picture of it, and then it was like, oh, I see it now.
I mean, you could see it, right? You could see it.
Anything long and cylindrical can be called a penis, Peter. That doesn't mean anything. Look at the kids like the head. Look. Like, good God, man.
Yeah, but that's not the same. It's not anything cylindrical. It's not anything cylindrical. There's a certain shape that's definitely lends itself to that sort of interpretation.
It's a wee-wee.
It's not like oh, it's a Pringles can. Oh, that's a penis. No, it's not that. It's not. No, it's not that. No, that's not. It's not anything like that. It's not. Oh, look at that! Look at that frozen orange juice. No, it's not like that. There's a certain shape.
It's just too much for me, man. Like that bothered me. Like, man, y'all stole this. Like, I was fine with this court, man. Here y'all are just being weird. Like,
just had to circumcise it a little bit. Just
you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're fine. It's fine. It's still the gist of the court's still there.
I got you.
Now, what were you gonna say?
Quick question. I had a debate with a guy on Twitter. He's a funny dude.
Okay.
I can't think of his name. In his resume, he has takes.
Tim Allen.
No, I can't think of the dude's name. I'll check on Twitter. In his resume, he has stomping for the Grizzlies to have kept Dion Waiters. That we should have actually used him on the court.
Nope.
That's in his bag, as well as what's his name? Xavier Tillman would never be as good as Robert Woodard, who they traded for on draft day. Okay. That's in his bag. Like, I mean, like serious, like stomping. Like this front office is dumb for trading Robert Woodard. Like that's the wing we need. Robert Woodard, who's buried on the Kings, whatever part of their system he's in. I didn't do anything last year, but you know, that's in his bag. But he brought up a point that I thought is interesting for debate. He was saying that we and what's my guy's name? The crazy preacher, Nate Chester. He also had a similar point.
Like I'm supposed to figure out
arguing preacher. That man's whole gimmick is the evil preacher. It's like some bad movie you see on Amazon. From the makers of Sharknado comes the arguing preacher. But no, anyway, they were basically saying like their whole general thing was that it's possible to be a successful team but not be a smart front office. They basically were saying like we give our front office too much credit. Like they haven't really done anything. Like this, they kind of stumbled into, like basically they drafted Ja Morant, and everything else it happens because Ja Morant has a low floor, has a high floor. I'm asking you, is that possible? Like, do we give the Grizzlies front office too much credit? Like, did they really do anything?
I mean, I think
I'm super high on our front office. I'm like, bro, there's no way in the world you rebuild a team that fast, and I can't give you props. Like, you've earned my trust.
Well, I would say I'm somewhere in between. I don't think they've rebuilt a team yet. I think they have started the process of rebuilding, and they've gotten off to a very good start. But there's nothing that. But the hard part is now. How do you say that? Go ahead. So here's what I would say. Okay, obviously the Ja Morant thing changed everything. If you don't get Ja Morant, then it's a different discussion completely. So he's a huge factor in all this. But I think they've made some very shrewd moves. Most notably the Mike Conley trade, which really set everything off in terms of the ability to go get DeAnthony Melton, to go get a future first-round pick, to use the Iguodala situation to your advantage. There's all sorts of things that they were able to do. And the way they structured that deal was very smart. So I give them credit for that because they structured it in such a way that allowed them to get a trade exception, which then allowed them to go get Iguodala, which then allowed them to go do all that other stuff. So that was specifically done with a purpose by the front office. Kudos to them for that. I think their drafting to this point has been excellent. Desmond Bane, Xavier Tillman, even Conchar, who you have your opinion on, but as a guy that was undrafted and came from some tiny school somewhere else.
You took a dude who don't look like who took a dude who's not supposed to be in the NBA, and you made him look like an NBA player.
You made him an NBA player. Like
Congrats.
he's a guy that's played. I mean, so that's to their credit as well. So yeah, I give them credit for that. Now, of late, I think there have been some missteps, a little bit, and that's where I think the hard part comes in, because I think people mistake activity for achievement sometimes. Like you've traded Jonas Valanciunas for a million things. Well, I don't know that any of those things is actually going to be good. We've talked about the Jarrett Culver situation. You made a bunch of moves with regard to Zaire Williams. Is it going to be worth it? I guess we'll find out, over the next few years whether that's going to be worth it or not.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference to me between getting a whole bunch of pieces, when you're in the early stages, you can just acquire pieces. You just find whatever the best trade you can possibly find. Hey, go get some pieces. We can go get some picks. We can do some stuff because it really doesn't matter the outcome of the season. You're just building. You're just kind of getting stuff. You're going to the store and you're getting a bunch of wood and you're getting the best deal you can on that wood.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting the best deal you can on your building materials and all that stuff. But when it comes to actually building the house, designing it and actually following through with it, that's where it gets a little bit harder. And that's where they are now because they have to design with purpose. You have to figure out, who are the guys that you're going to build around and how do you get that extra piece to take it to the next level? And then how do you keep all those guys together with consideration of the salary cap and all that stuff? That's harder. They took a swing at it with Justice Winslow and missed wildly. Mm-hmm. Swung and fell down in a way that was, pretty bad. Like, I understand why they did it. And the move made sense to me, but it was now, if Justice Winslow doesn't hurt his hip doing whatever it was he was doing, does that change things? Maybe. But for now, at least it just stands as a massive failure on their part. These other moves are yet to be determined. But I don't know. I'm a little more skeptical about some of them. So I do think there's a little bit of a tendency to overrate these guys because I think, not to say that they haven't done a good job, but I think it's at a lower difficulty level. The stuff they've done right now is at a lower difficulty level. Just like Sam Presti. Everybody's like, oh my God, this guy's a genius and all that stuff. But actually turning all those 50 million picks into a team is an entirely different proposition. Figuring out who's worth keeping, who's worth getting rid of. How do you find the right style? All those things? That's hard. Look at the process for Philly. Look at all the talent they managed to acquire. Go back and look at their teams in 16 and 17. How much talent did they have on those teams?
Right.
You're talking about guys all over, but they were never able to actually put it together and create a team.
But with that being said,
I think the jury's still out.
That's why I give them props because I'm like, man, I've seen teams who you went from being a crap team, bottom of the West, to a playoff team. Could have been a playoff team in year one, but you did it in year two. And there are franchises all around you who don't do that. Like, getting to the playoffs is like playoffs, like, for real. Sacramento Kings, trash. Phoenix Suns went on a 10-year drought of going to the playoffs. Constantly picking at the top of the draft and got nothing to show for it. You know what I mean? Like, there's
But why is that? Was that a calculated plan from the front office, or was that just Ja Morant's real good?
They had 2019 was a heck of an offseason for them dudes, Peter. You did more than just draft Ja Morant in 2019. You could have put Ja Morant on some other teams, and they might not have been as good.
No, I just said that, but they also, they rode, Jonas Valanciunas, Ja Morant, all that stuff into a playoff appearance, and they're ahead of schedule. But they themselves are making moves this summer to indicate that they thought that was ahead of schedule and that they aren't going to try to follow that up with another playoff berth. They're not going to be in the playoffs.
I don't think that's particularly smart. I think, to your point, I think going the Utah Jazz route would have been better for this organization. But Utah's like, hey, look, we've got a guy. You know what I mean? Like, we've got a guy. We got a couple guys. Let's go get some actual guys around these dudes and let's see what we got.
I mean, that's all I'm saying is I'm not. I think they've done a nice job so far, but I think I think they've played the video game on normal level.
Mm-hmm.
The difficulty level's gone up because now you've got to deal with Ja Morant's contract coming up soon.
Now you're on the clock with Ja Morant.
Jaren's contract is on the clock now, and it'll really be on the clock after next offseason.
Right.
So you have to make that determination of how do you build around him, how much do you pay.
You got to make some big boy GM moves decisions.
This is a big, this is where it becomes a thing now. So, I'm not saying they haven't done a good job. They have. I just think people are falling all over themselves to make these kinds of proclamations about how good they are, and I don't think we really know. I think we know that they've done some good early work. They've made some very smart moves. The moves of late have been a little more questionable.
Right.
Santi Aldama right now looks a million miles away from being a first-round pick.
And they tried to look super smart on this. Like, all right, we're about to show you this is the guy. That guy looks like he can't play basketball.
They traded up. Yeah, they traded up to go get him.
Yeah.
He looks – I mean, actually, I disagree. I think he looks like he can play basketball, but he looks like he can play basketball at about half speed. Like, he looks amazing. Like, he's dribbling. He can move. He can do all kinds. He looks good, but nothing ever – he shot 18%,
right.
The only guy I could find that played worse and has been okay in the NBA is Shake Milton. Shake Milton's first summer league was awful, and he's turned into a halfway decent player. Guard, different kind of thing. But anyway, nobody else that had those kind of numbers that Aldama put up has actually done much of anything. So that's a little bit of a concern. Nonetheless, that looks kind of rough. Right. Zaire Williams, hey man, you could see that thing going both ways. Like, he looked good at spurts, but the reality was he shot terrible. Like, he shot it really, really badly and looked real little and frail. And that can go. People talk about, you get Jarrett Culver. We said, they got a lot of work to do to rehabilitate Jarrett Culver's career.
Can we talk about Hooper?
Please, God, don't. Let's not. Maybe tomorrow. Just save it for one. Let's do it tomorrow. So I don't know. Like the long story short, I don't know, man. I don't think that's. I think it's too early to start raising the banner. Let's
raise the banner already.
Let's not raise a banner just yet. There's some big boy GM moves that they're about to have to make, and I don't know yet. I think they're very competent at what they do, but. These are big decisions, and not a lot of GMs make them that well.
The big boy decisions are coming. Let me ask you this, true or false statement, as we get ready to go to the break. Is this the last year where the Grizzlies can be cute? And what I mean by that is this the last year where, oh, man, look at that Grizzlies team, man, just got into the playoffs.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, man, look at them just fighting for their play-in. That guy Ja Morant. Is this the last year that they're going to get that type of coverage from the media? Because I think soon, if we're a team, especially if we don't make the playoffs, all the national media is gonna love to try to get Ja the hell up out of here, man. Like that conversation is happening. I think that's why I think they're being a little bit too cute. That's my only concern with them. Like this is the last year y'all can do that, in my opinion. It should have been.
Yeah,
last
I think so. I think so because especially after next year, you're gonna have Jaren's deal kick in, whatever it's gonna be. You're gonna deal with Jaren after this coming season. You got to make that contract, either sign it this offseason or next. That's gonna kick in. And that's going to all of a sudden put a lot more pressure on him to perform. Ja's then, after next offseason, Ja's going to be available for his Supermax, which I assume he's going to get something close to that. So that's he'll get the max that he can get. He's probably not going to get the Supermax because he hasn't done All NBA and all that. But he won't get Luka Doncic numbers, but he'll get certainly Shai Gilgeous-Alexander numbers. So you're going to do that again. That's going to vault you into a different level of expenditure and expectation. Yeah, if you're paying now, he's a max guy, so that means, Ja Morant this year, saying you're going to see the transition from Ja Morant being strong up and coming player to like max guy. He has to be that guy, and max guy is different. Like that, you got to be, you got to score more, you got to shoot a little better, you got a little more expectation, all that stuff. Jaren, same thing. Jaren's got to be like guy that you can like pay $20 million plus a year for and get some out of. He's got to be that. So I don't know. We'll see. I think they can do it, but it will change. It's going to change for sure.
But so far, hell can't climbing.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that. I fool with climbing, bro. I think these guys are good at what they do. I mean, you're talking about a guy who just started doing this last year. You know what I mean? Come on, man. They're fine.
We'll come back. We'll continue here. We'll talk about it on the other side. We got Dustin Starr coming up here momentarily in the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy take you through lunch from 10 to 1 weekdays, only on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns, to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at TriumphAutoSales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
Boxing legend Manny Pacquiao returns to the ring this Saturday for the first time in 2 years, and FanDuel Sportsbook is giving new customers exclusive 30-1 odds on either fighter to win when he takes on Yordenis Ugas. That's right, you can win $150 on a $5 bet, so don't miss out on your chance to win $150 on a $5 bet when Manny Pacquiao returns to the ring against Yordenis Ugas. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code CASH to get in on the action. Must be 21 and present in Tennessee. Odds boost available for new users only. Must wager on designated boost market. $10 first deposit required. Max bonus $150. Risk-free bet refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $10. Restrictions apply. See full terms for both offers at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789.
Visit Frontier Western Store this summer to check out tons of new products. Frontier added so many new items in their women's boutique. There are daily arrivals with thousands of on-trend tops, jeans, and pants in stock at amazing prices. And guys, Frontier's your #1 Carhartt store. There's no one around with a larger selection of everyday fits and workwear. Wrangler and Ariat clothing also available. Frontier recently remodeled their entire store and expanded the world-famous boot showroom. Now there are even more dress and work boots in stock. After Ariat boots, then you've got to check out Frontier. There are over 1,000 pair of Ariat boots alone, and thousands more in other brands such as Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, and Twisted X. As if the selection isn't reason enough, there's Frontier's low prices. Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so when you're ready for your next pair, you know right where to come. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code CAB for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code CAB for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CAB.
Corky's is your home for authentic Memphis barbecue. Our dining rooms are open, or stop by our speedy drive-thru. Order your party packs today starting at only $5.99 per person.
Hey, Mid-South, are you ready to trade up to a Kia sales event at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah?
We're ready, Randy, with the best ride you'll ever drive. 2021 Kia Forte LXS, we Gossett at $249 a month. 2022 Kia Soul GT, it's ready to ride at $305 a month.
And Jeff Allen, I hear you've got American-made 2022 Kia K5, now $379 a month, and every Gossett Kia comes with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
You heard the man, Jeff Allen. Don't miss the trade up to a Kia sales event at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah. All $29.99 due at signing, all 72 months at 2.9 APR sold in 715-1544 MSRP 24,200 K5 NG 103,647 MSRP 28,985 Forte LXS MSRP 20,590 includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 must finance through Kia on low APR. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 8/31/2021. Dealer stock only.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Da, 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 da. Texter wants to know, how important is it to go to the playoffs and shoot for a championship on the AutoZone text line? How important is it to go to the playoffs and shoot for a championship? Or is it just okay to be good entertainment?
Hey, I'm not the trophy guy. I'm not even I want to see us in the playoffs because it's part of the entertainment. Like nothing's more important. Nothing's more entertaining than playoff basketball. But it's always the importance of the entertainment to me, because I'm anticipating this being a super fun year as far as the Grizzlies go. Because I think it's just gonna be fun. I think the style of play they're gonna run is fun. I want to see Dylan Brooks, with swag in his back pocket from the playoffs last year, thinking he's Kobe Bryant. I want to see that. You know what I mean? I want to see.
Yeah, I think the entertainment of the season. Same thing with the Tigers, actually. Like the whole thing is like, you want to win a championship, obviously, and you want to keep moving towards winning a championship. I mean, that's the thing. You want to keep going forward as an organization, not backwards. Everything should be done with a purpose, and that purpose should be to win as much as you can. But that's the process itself is the whole point of it, and to enjoy it while you can. If you're constantly looking forward or worrying about what's going to be a championship and all that, then you miss the joy of the chase. You miss the joy of the moments in between. That's where the Tiger season, whether they if they get Imani Bates in addition to Jalen Duren, that's going to be fun just being a part of it. Forget about are they going to win? Are they going to do this? Like if you always worry about the expectations, you're not going to enjoy the here and now, and enjoy the publicity and the fun times and the crazy moments in the forum when you introduce those guys for the first time, and all that stuff, man. That's beautiful. Like look at the Grizzlies. Imagine that first. You remember that first game, the big game from Ja Morant against Kyrie and the Nets. When he blocked that shot and then they went to overtime and Jay Crowder ends up hitting the basket that they ended up winning. Like, were you there for that? Saying, I assume you were there for that.
When which play again?
When Ja's first big game, when he had his third game as a pro, when he blocked Kyrie at the end of the game, when he threw the pass to Jay Crowder. I mean, think about that. Now that you miss those kinds of moments. Yeah. It was an October game, third game of the season, whatever. Like that's but if you were there, you'll never forget it because it was incredible. So that's the part you appreciate, man. I mean, it's as a front office, they should always be shooting for those things. But as a fan, if that's all you judge people on, that's why I hate rings culture and all that nonsense. Right. Like if that's all you judge people on, then you're missing the whole point of anything in life. There's always going to be somebody, unless you are extremely unusual. There's always going to be somebody better than you at whatever it is that you're doing in your life. And if your only goal is to be the best or to be the champion of whatever it is that you're doing, you will be miserable. You have to find joy and you have to find satisfaction in other aspects of existence besides just merely championships. So, as fans, I don't think that needs to be your be-all, end-all.
Right.
They should try for it, but, I mean, think about the Phoenix Suns. They didn't win a championship this year, but, I hope their fans appreciated
them right now.
Yeah, but I hope they appreciated how incredibly fun that run was for them. I'm sure they did.
It's just like this as we wrap up. Just give me a second. I talked a lot of crap to a lot of Atlanta Hawks fans, right? And because of that, anytime you just go back and forth with these fans, if you're rational, if you got a brain, you end up just kind of getting cool with these guys that you argue with.
Right.
So I follow some of the dudes who were some of the biggest talkers, or especially guys who I saw who were out there grinding, blogging, podcasting, those type of guys. I follow them. You know what I mean? So I keep up with them. There's this guy, man, he's super amped about the Hawks. Like, oh, man, if we could just keep so-and-so together, man, we're going to shock the league. Man, the Hawks are going to go right back to normal next year, in my opinion. But I'm not mad. That's good. Like, bro, I'm amped that y'all care that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For real.
That's
seeing
good.
that fan base, man, bro, man, I'm telling you, man, we could just, man, whatever, man, we got this. Or we could just keep so-and-so, man, I'm telling you. Hey, that ain't happening. But, hey, bro, it's dope to see. I get that, bro. I'm down for that. To see teams go from crap organization to now we feel like we can compete at the highest level. It's fun, man. Like back when we had the grit and grind teams, like we joked, we had the biggest joke. Those games weren't fun to watch, aesthetically just looking at it, but it was super fun thinking you could be a contender, thinking when you beat the Lakers and it's we don't bluff and beat LA chance going on in the playoffs, like that, and all that type of stuff. It's dope, man. Getting ready to, when you're all that stuff. Gearing up, you're getting ready to start a playoff run, and you beat the Lakers, top team in the West, right before the playoffs start, and you feel like, oh, man, we can win the whole championship. You know what I mean? It's fun, bro. It's fun.
Hour number 3 on the way, Dustin Starr. We're talking a little wrestling when we come back.
Mid-South, the time is now to trade up to a Kia sales event at Gossett Kia on Covington Pike. You want to ride with 41 MPG Highway? We Gossett 2021 Kia Rio $249 a month. You want 0% at $282 a month? We Gossett with 2021 Kia Forte. And all-weather rugged 2022 Kia Seltos $332 a month. Plus peace of mind with Kia's 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Trade up and get top dollar at Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike or shop 24/7 at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today. If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars. All $29.99 due at signing. Rio ME 418 570 60 at 0.9% APR. MSRP 17.2. Forte ME 393 458 60 at 0%. MSRP 19,940. Celtos N724 9948 66 at 1.9%. MSRP 23,910. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Valid through 8/31/2021. Dealer stock only. Must finance through Kia on APR offer.
Tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops for the Titleist pre-sale fitting event happening August 16th through the 22nd. Be one of the first to feel the difference with the new Titleist T100, T100S, T200, and T300 irons. Featuring new materials and new refinements that power new precision. 4 irons to give you maximum performance for any type of dedicated golfer. Go to worldwidegolfshops.com and register to get a free custom fitting for your new T-Series irons today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
CenterPoint Energy takes many steps to help ensure the safety of gas lines in your community and shares important tips like the following. A distinct odor similar to rotten eggs is added to natural gas. If you smell it, clear the area and immediately call CenterPoint Energy. Plus, always remember to call 811 before you dig or begin an outdoor project. Natural gas is one of the safest fuels. To find more tips, visit centerpointenergy.com/gas safety.
Southern Airways, we fly to make your day.
Memphis's hometown airline, Southern Airways, wants you to beat the Mid-South Heat and head to the Emerald Coast. Southern is the easy and convenient way for Memphians to get to Destin. Want to spend some time on the lake instead? Fly over the interstate traffic and bypass any delays and take one of Southern's flights to Hot Springs, Arkansas. Short flights and popular regional destinations like Arkansas's festival city of El Dorado and Harrison, Arkansas, the gateway to Branson, each have daily nonstop flight options from Southern Airways out of Memphis. Flying Southern is easy with no TSA screening hassles and free parking at Signature Flight Support. So if you're planning a quick weekend getaway, be sure to fly Southern Airways. Visit iFlySouthern.com to reserve your seats today.
At Southern Airways, we fly to make your day.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
Right now, over in West Memphis, Arkansas, in Creighton County, I-40 westbound at the way station. We're dealing with a vehicle that is on fire. That's I-40 westbound at the way station across the bridge. Right now, all lanes are blocked on I-40 westbound. If you need to get across or you're trying to get through over the bridge into Arkansas, you can use the I-55 northbound bridge to get across. But right now, over in Crittenden County, I-40 westbound at the way station, all lanes are blocked due to a vehicle that is on fire. Keep it right here. Hour number 3.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Had a dream, I had it made it. Now there's nothing dragging down me, yeah. 'Cause the
Hour number. Come on. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. How you doing, Anthony Sane?
Man, good, bro. Good, man. I've been processing some stuff through my mental filters over the last couple of days. Detoxing.
You've been committing. You gonna commit to reading a book?
Nah, man, I ain't on that, bro. Nobody. That's a big step for me, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you like that. Ain't no big step. I'm just trying to keep my my energy on a certain level, man. My vibrations, you know. Trying to shake this COVID off me. Well, not literally, but you know what I'm trying to say.
You gotta blow it away, man.
Yeah. That's right. It is hour number 3, presented by Acura of Memphis. I am indeed Peter Edmiston. He is indeed Anthony Sane. That is Zach Boyd producing the program, as only Zach can. Whether that's good or bad is up for you to decide. But that is true. It is only Zach can do it that way.
I know we got a star coming up. I got a little emotional this morning too, man. Pray for me.
Okay.
So Sabrina's headed back to school to MTSU.
Oh man.
Had a great summer with my daughter, man. Great summer.
Yeah, you guys were able to connect on some stuff. That's nice, man.
We had got kind of disconnected on some things, man. You know, because
it's nice, man.
Yeah, when kids get to be teenagers, like they're not your babies anymore. You don't know how to deal with them.
When
it's like, man,
kids get to be teenagers,
it's a good
they're
song.
not your baby no more, but they're growing up, and it's time to let them go.
Yeah, it's a good summer, man. I couldn't go.
The birds fly from the nest. You watch their wings flap, and you hope that they live a glorious life. Okay, guys.
I couldn't go up there. I got to pick up Gabe, Taekwondo, all that kind of stuff. But yeah. I'm going up.
Gabe Kwando is continuing to be
Gabe Kwando
a
ain't
major
no joke.
success.
Gabe Kwando is not a joke. But
when is Gabe Kwando going to feature? As we talked to Dustin Starr, when is Gabe Kwando going to feature in the Championship Wrestling for Memphis?
I don't know, because
Dustin's
got a girl that's connected to them that's like some martial arts champion. We had to have a little feud going between her and Gabe one day. A little intergender thing going on.
You're booking matches.
Yeah,
Book some matches. What's up, guys?
Let's go. Come on now.
Fam?
Well, happy Thursday. It's Throwdown Thursday, Throwback Thursday, whatever you want to call it. That means it's almost the weekend. And if it's almost the weekend, that means there's going to be a lot of professional wrestling. This weekend's a big one, man. SummerSlam is on Saturday. That's different this year.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. I don't like that. I'm a Sunday pay-per-view guy myself.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but you could see on Monday Night Raw they kept saying Saturday, and there's still people that say, wait a minute, it's Saturday instead of Sunday, because it is a little bit weird. But hey, I'm here for it. That's cool.
Dustin, I'm gonna go a little off a little bit. Are you much into the video games, the WWE video games?
A little bit. I probably haven't played WWE 2K. Gosh, it was probably one of the last times that WWE was in town. I think we played with R-Truth and Carmella. That tells you how long ago it was, because it was those two playing together. But yeah, it's been a minute. It seems like they're trying to make some changes on it. What you got on?
Yeah, they didn't do a 2K21 because 2K20 was just really bad. So they didn't do a 21. They did like a kiddish, arcadish, over the top type game. in 21, but they're coming back with the sim this year. Some people are kind of alarmed because they haven't released really anything as far as that goes. And one of the topics that came up in discussion is using guys that aren't on the roster anymore, but they still have creative license for. Where are you at as far as is that weird to you? Like, because they let go of a lot of guys this year, but their contract gives them a window of time where they can still put these guys in the video game with their names, image, and likeness, but they're no longer wrestling with the WWE. Because some of the fans are like, okay, the roster is going to suck because XYZ aren't going to be in the game. Those are some of the favorite guys to play with. But
well,
how do you feel? How do you feel about this, especially being a promoter? How do you feel about that whole thing?
Well, I mean, they own the likeness and the rights to make money off that character, so that means that I think those individuals will still get paid,
right? Of
if
course,
they're using their likeness. So it's kind of a wash. It would be very weird for, let's use Big Show as an example, if he was all of a sudden in a WWE game, even though he's been over on AEW for 4 or 5 months. That would be a little weird, but I don't know that there's anything that they can do about it. So I'm thinking now, if one of our wrestlers did somebody else's video games, how would we benefit from that? But I think that's where it goes, is if there's an AEW person on a WWE game, does that benefit AEW?
Right.
I think it kind of does. It's basically free advertising, and the guys get paid on both sides. I think that's pretty unique.
But then with the way these games are now, man, like you can, with the creator player thing, creator wrestler thing, they've got guys who got like the whole roster of another company on the WWE game with the whole the shows, the rings, the arenas, the branding, everything. You know what I mean? All that stuff in there. So it's always
that's a great point.
It's kind of a free for all anyway. Yeah.
They literally have T-shirts and logos and hairstyles of all these other guys that you can just put together on the creative mode, anyways, which was probably the most fun part of a WWE game. But games, if you think about it, like if you buy an NFL game or a college football game, there's the story. I'm trying to think, like you can update by downloading new players. So if Brett, let's say Aaron Rodgers, almost said Brett Favre, if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, he's hurt on the video game because it downloads that updated roster. So I don't know that WWE does that, but that might be a good idea, because if somebody leaves, you could just take them off the game on a new download.
Not just that. Go ahead, Peter.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, first of all, you got the complication
or
here is
add
also
a character
that AEW's got a video game coming out themselves here pretty soon. So developed by Ukes, who is really good. That's their favorite wrestling game developer. So you can't put like AEW guys. I don't think, at least in those games, knowingly. That would be a problem from a copyright perspective. I would assume. In WWE is always very particular about copyrighting guys' names. Trademarking their specific name. For almost everybody except The Rock. The Rock, Vince McMahon gave him the name, which is pretty amazing. But everybody else, they've had to license and make sure that you've got the right to your name and all that stuff. So I can't imagine them doing that. But I think you could see a situation. One of my favorite games. Now this is really going to nerd me up here.
Uh-oh.
You guys want to know what kind of a nerd I am?
I think we kind of have a good idea. I think we have an idea already, but yeah.
I don't know if you're ready for this. I don't know but you may not be ready for this. I'll be honest with you. You may not be ready for this. I, as a wrestling fan and a video game fan and a nerd, all those things overlapped. I imported a wrestling game from Japan when I was in college called Fire Pro Wrestling.
Fire.
And it has the most.
Yep.
It has the at the time it had the most robust creator wrestler thing that you could do. And it had all of like everybody. Like they just weren't like their actual name because the licensing rules in Japan were a little more lax. So, you could kind of get away with some stuff. And it was very clearly Stone Cold, very clearly The Rock, very clearly.
Yeah.
But they weren't quite named that. And you could have everybody. And you could create like Ric Flair. Like it was all. It was phenomenal. So I think that you could do something like that, where you can make a very robust creator wrestler without actually, put in like certain
that's kind of how they
tattoos or certain names. Yeah, and you could do that. But now it's so realistic that it's hard to like in those games were a little more cartoonish, so you could kind of have plausible deniability.
Right.
Like, is that really Stone Cold? It's kind of cartoonish, hard to tell. This is like photorealistic. Like, yeah, that's definitely Stone Cold. There's no,
because these
there's
guys
no
are going on
about
Photoshop and making like
Right.
Make it like a skin. Like it looks like if you took the guy's face and stretched it out. Like if you pulled his face off and laid it on paper. Like there's like people making that type of stuff. Like good God. But yeah.
If you guys remember back, the best game ever, and all the listeners that are diehard wrestling fans like us, Nintendo 64 had No Mercy, the video game.
Oh.
And that was
absolutely.
the best. It still lives up to this day. If you have a Nintendo 64, you have No Mercy. Put it in there because it had the best creative wrestler mode.
Right.
I mean, it was kind of a blocky type of graphic, like you said, Peter, but it was awesome. I remember playing that game for hours and hours. Me and my buddy actually went in halvesies to buy it, and we had to argue which house it was going to stay at. And mind you, I was probably like halfway an adult back then, but we wanted to
I was in college.
I
I was in college when we were playing it. We were playing in college, and it was phenomenal.
Great.
Like we would play because you play 4-player. We'd all play. Everyone be probably drinking a
Royal
little
Rumble.
bit, and you
Royal
do the
Rumble
Royal
was the
Rumble.
most
You
fun.
do like it was. And WCW, the WCW games were the same. Like I did WCW. You had I'm trying to remember the WCW versus the World.
WCW versus the World was. It had so many Japanese stars on it. I mean, you had hundreds. It felt like of characters.
It was great. Oh, see, that's that. Now you're speaking my language right there, man.
Good
Between
stuff.
GoldenEye and that game, we were it was degenerates for the Nintendo 64 back in the back in the day. All right, so Dustin Starr, before we talk about championship wrestling for Memphis, I got to say what a cool moment it was last night when Chris Jericho comes out on AEW and no music because the music has been taken away from him, and so just purely no music. He comes out and the crowd sings his song "Judas in My Mind." They sing it, and like all at once, like all together. That was a phenomenal moment. Like I mean this Jericho is an incredible performer to be this over at this level of his career at his age. That was pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, you couldn't write it any better than that. They felt like that they knew what the crowd was going to do, and I think we all knew it going in. And the minute they announced it last week, it was like, oh, I can't wait to see that. And of course, the fans came through. One of the biggest pops of the night was Sting. Oh my gosh, the first time on TNT in 20 years, the people gave him a Road Warrior pop. But Jericho, when you're a performer inside the squared circle, no matter if there's 2 people in the crowd or 22,000 people in the crowd, you always want a reaction, whether it's a cheer, a boo. It doesn't matter how they respond as long as they respond. But to have a crowd singing your song, that's bucket list.
Yeah.
Thousands of people singing your song without even playing the any of the music.
Yeah, there's no backing track at all. It's just him.
Yeah, you can't
can see how big
better than
his
that.
smile. You could tell his smile was just like, oh my god, this is pretty awesome. Like, I mean, you never know for sure. If he'd come out to like complete silence, I mean, it's a little bit of a risk, but man, it paid off.
Yeah, no, the people were there for him, and I think the people were always going to be there for Jericho and MJF. But I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. You talk about John Cena sucks or Kurt Angle, you suck. Those things that people can, no matter if you like the guy or you don't like the guy, you're always involved in it because everybody's doing it. So for Jericho to have his entire theme song sang by the crowd was just excellent. And what a show, too, man. Just Dynamite was. And I'm looking forward to Rampage because there's so many rumors about CM Punk coming up this Friday on Rampage. Brand new show, The First Dance. But then also there's a little bit of teasing here. You got CM Punk saying, hey, wait, man, I'm not booked. Maybe that's Daniel Bryan. So I don't know if we get Daniel Bryan and CM Punk at the same time or what. But Chicago, Friday, Rampage, First Dance. It's going to be awesome.
When you
doing good stuff.
When you look at the Velveteen Dream situation, he was released, I think, last week from WWE. What's it called? NXT. What do you think? We all know about the controversial stuff with him. I don't really want to get into that. You may want to speak on it, but
get him out of here.
Yeah, like what do you think? Outside of that? Do you think that's the biggest deal that led to his demise, or do you think it was something in or outside of the ring that led to it?
I think it had to be something behind the scenes, and I don't think we have that full story. Triple H has been asked about it numerous times.
He won't
He's
talk
kind
about
of ducked and dodged. He won't talk about it. You know, I guess there's no charges pressed or no one's going to jail or anything like that. So,
Just a
man,
bad
get him
look,
out of
man.
here
Just a bad look.
and forget about him. Just, I mean, he's a great athlete inside the ring, but if there's enough smoke, you know, there's got to be fire somewhere. And I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm just saying that it got to the point where they let him go. So there's something there that WWE felt like, and for them to let go of a fantastic talent like Velveteen Dream. I mean, the guy was on top of the world here, 2-3 years ago, and then they kept trying to get him back to where he was, but it seemed like there was always some sort of trouble or some sort of scuttlebutt on the internet about something that he's doing, and you can't do that, man.
Right.
That's terrible. So yeah,
Internet
totally
scuttle,
for
man.
them.
You can't deal with internet scuttle like that. It's just not gonna fly. It ain't gonna fly. It's just how it
Can't
goes.
do it.
Dustin Starr, what was the outcome? What would happened on Sunday? I know you can't give us too many details because we got TV tapings and all that stuff to protect. So I don't want you to go crazy with it, but give us a little
spoilers.
synopsis. Give us a little synopsis of how things went.
Sunday we had a packed house out at the Wrestle Center. Very, very good stuff. Loud, rambunctious crowd. Eugene was there, so Eugene, we had a lot of fun with Eugene. One of my all-time favorites, Nick Dinsmore, he used to be known as Mr. Wrestling, and for him to get signed with the character that he had, there's a whole story with that, but we're bringing it to Memphis Wrestling. You'll see that coming up on a Saturday here in the next couple of weeks. And then also Marco Stunt. He was fantastic. He doesn't get to wrestle in Memphis, even though he's from Olive Branch. He travels so much. He wrestles in Memphis probably, once a year. So we'll have him coming up on the television program. And then this Saturday on the show, that's at noon on CW30, Tiger Joe is back. So this Tiger King, this Tiger Joe, whatever you want to call him, from Netflix, he shows up and picks a fight with the King, which is Derek King, turns into this big chaotic situation at the end. And seriously, this guy wants to show up in Memphis Wrestling, and he wants to fight. So it kind of reminds me of somebody like Andy Kaufman back in the day or something that wants to come and get in the ring, and they think that's a good idea. Probably not a good idea, so you got to tune in on Saturday to see what happens with that. But lots of stuff going on.
I'm going to encourage him not to do that. That's a bad idea on his part.
Definitely a bad idea. But what we're doing is, man, we're just going to try to keep you guessing, man. What the heck is Tiger King doing on freaking Memphis Wrestling?
Exactly.
You got to tune in to see.
Going back to what we were saying about Velveteen Dream real fast, Dustin, is there anything in wrestling, because you look at his bio, and they said this guy's 25 years old right now. And it seems like I've been looking at him in some way for the last 4 or 5 years. So he came into wrestling super young. Is there anything in place that helps guys who are that age navigate through the weirdness of the business? You know what I mean? Because if you find a guy who you identify that young, okay, because this guy was getting pushed. Like, he was getting pushed like to be the next whatever.
Yeah.
This guy got Shawn Michaels comps, all type of things like that. So with that being said, I hope this doesn't come off like I'm making excuses for him, because I'm not. Because if you're a creep, you're a creep. What I'm saying is there something in place, like, the NBA has these programs, NFL has programs. Is there something in place to kind of, if we identify a guy being this young, where we got an 18, 19-year-old guy in the locker room with grown men, is there something in place to put up safeguards between him and the lifestyle?
Like you're talking about second chances.
No, not second chances at all. Like something like
a mentor.
Yeah,
like a mentoring program.
Yeah, or like when NBA comes in, rookies come in, there's stuff in place that sets them up like, hey, stay away from XYZ, or they have classes they have to go to or something. You know what I mean? Or is it just, hey, you're good, welcome to the locker room, figure it out? Is it more like that, or is there some type of hand-holding with younger athletes?
I think it's a little bit of both. I know that they have different classes on taxes, and because, historically, wrestlers have not been good with paying their taxes, and that's why a lot of them end up in financial situations. So, they do stuff like that, and, there is mentoring and such. I don't know that there's a class based off of that, but there probably should be, especially in the world of social media, what you can and can't do. But it kind of is like a second chance situation, because if you do have a guy that's literally a kid, and I'm 38 now, so I look back on 18, 19, 20, like, what was I doing? And I thought I was mature and an adult, but maybe there will be some sort of situation that would help this guy out. And like you, I'm not defending him or anything, but there's a lot of people out there that do get extra chances and that do have to be taught things at a later age that they didn't get when they were younger. So,
or even somebody identify, hey, this kid might be a creep. You know what I mean? instead of just like let's push this guy up, let's push him up the ladder. Maybe some type of buffer system to realize, okay, this kid he ain't the guy. You know what I mean? Like it just seems like in wrestling it's a real, make or break league. It's just like guys just.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, and you're wearing milk-bone underwear.
Exactly, for sure. It seems like that's what it is for sure.
I think we'll see Velveteen Dream disappear for probably 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. And then if he will reemerge, if he stays in the business and he continues to try to make it, then he might get that second chance because he is so young. But that's terrible. And you guys are in entertainment. That's terrible to make a mistake so early in your career. And then, a lot of guys AJ Styles is almost 50 years old. This dude's got 30 more years on his career that he just got kicked out of WWE for.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, but that's the thing. You have to be, you do need some mentoring.
Deserving, by the way.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with a lot of these guys is that it's a mentoring situation. Back in the day, if you hear the stories, I mean, there are a lot of guys who got in the business way earlier than that. A lot of guys were in the business when they were 15, 16 years old, who lied about their age to get in there. I mean, the old timers will tell the stories about those kinds of guys who were. I'm sure they were surrounded by all kinds of terrible stuff for kids of that age. But if they were mentored. That's good. I mean, that's very important to be mentored like that. But by the same token, you have to. Wrestling has always been a pretty unforgiving business. It has. It's kind of like you gotta make your own way. A lot of these dudes had to buy everything for themselves. There's no insurance. There's no guaranteed anything. It's just you go and do your best. And so if you screw up, I mean, ain't a lot of folks out there to get your back. This is not going to happen unless you're, very lucky.
Yeah, that's true. I did grow up in the wrestling business. I started training when I was 15, so there was a lot of things that I learned the first time in a wrestling locker room, and that could definitely be corruptive. Let me just
that's not the way you want to learn certain things in your life. You probably don't need that. That's probably not the best lesson to be learned about certain aspects of life.
Some of the veterans will take you under their wing and teach you the wrong from right. And I feel like that I'm kind of in a position like that now because let's take the Young Goats, for example. They're 19 and 20 years old. They're the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They're on television for the first time ever. There's so many things that can go wrong with that, but these guys got their head on straight. I can give them advice. I can try to do my best to guide them in the right direction of rights and wrongs. And we're learning on the job on the independent level, especially when it's television. So this is where those guys hopefully will learn to where when they make that next step, they're ready. And I don't mean ready in the ring. A lot of guys and girls lose their jobs in catering or behind the scenes. I remember Bo Dallas one time telling me, I'm not going to eat catering. And I said, well, how come? It's delicious. And he's like, there's a lot of people that get fired in catering. And his dad's Mike Rotundo. So, he's seen a couple of things in there. So a lot of the stuff that happens is backstage that gets guys and gals released. So, and a lot of it's unwritten rules. I kind of like what we're talking about a little bit, but it's tough. It is dog eat dog. I remember Seth Rollins telling me one time, I said, man, I remember Chris Cage, who was one of the Dude Busters. He just got released. I said, oh man, Hitman's gone. He said, well, another guy out of the way. So
there you go.
He didn't necessarily mean anything. Yeah, he didn't mean anything personal by it. It was pretty rough, but he was kind of right. It's dog eat dog. Hey, that's one, and that's before Rollins was Seth freaking Rollins that he is now. So it's like, hey, one more guy out of the way for me to make it to the main roster. So
you are exactly right about that. Everybody watch on Saturday noon, CW30, of course, on the YouTube as well. It continues to grow and grow and grow over at the Wrestle Center. You will love it if you are a wrestling fan, or even if you're just a fan of just entertainment and fun things. Give it a try. I think you're going to really enjoy it. It's terrific. Dustin Starr, keep up the good work. We'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. I'll see you guys then. Oh, yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah. He's our buddy, Dustin Starr, who joins us every Thursday. When we come back, we'll continue with our discussion. I have a couple of different things that have been brought up. We'll clean those things up. We'll talk a little bit about what's coming up in